What is up with the squad? It's your favorite RT with Uncle Tendencies in the building with special guest RDMM Media. Yo, salute to welcome to HDI TV. Back next week with another episode of Now With the Sound Off. We will talk NCAA tourney with HD when we get a chance. Salute. Rob, what's up, man? What's going on?
Listen, what's happening? Another production, RDMM Media with CessTalkSports in the building, man. It's good to be on and doing another one.
This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing all. This is what I'm hearing. This is all day. This is what I've been hearing. I've been hearing crash outs all weekend, all day, man. They crashing out all over the place, man. What do you think about yesterday's game? Let's talk about it.
All right, so listen, when you go back and watch this game from a standpoint, the first thing that stood out to me is this the first time I've seen the South Carolina get just out physical from head to start, and nobody answered the bell. Like nobody stepped up and said, "Hey man, enough's enough of this. Get y'all stuff together and let's ride out." But give props to UConn. They came with a game plan. They executed the game plan. And exactly what I said they was going to do, right? They was going to do a bunch of ball screen, dribble handoff, the action going to run, put the action, run the action to Page, run it to Fur. They going to come off of it. And as he switched, and they got a lot of bad matchups. There's a couple times where you got pow on Sarah Strong, and it's just, man, that's just money in the bank. Started what you drank. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what it is. So, I mean, they came out. They came out and executed, right? So the first thing that just off the page, they glorified everything was just being out physical, right? The number two was transition defense, right? What we talked about, right? If you can't match up in transition defense, it's a wrap for it. So when you take those 2 points, and then the third point for me was this was exactly one of them games where you miss Ashton Watkins. Like, I don't care what you're talking about, how you want to put it. Her presence was missed in this championship game. So that was like the big main 3 points that I took away from this game. But exactly how I called that game was going to happen and what the action they was going to do and how they was going to spread South Carolina out, they executed to the T. Defensively, when South Carolina did what I said do, they got stops. They just couldn't score. Like the biggest thing is around the basket, you just couldn't make layups. Just get like things that you've been making all season, you just couldn't make it. It was just one of them nights where it's just like a lid was on the basket. So it is what it is. But man, you gotta give credit to UConn. They came out and executed. Even when they went through their spurts of not scoring, it was one stopping out. South Carolina just couldn't score. Like it didn't matter who shot the ball, they just couldn't score. I do think that in that situation that Chloe took too many shots, but it is what it is.
I think Chloe just tried to be aggressive. Chloe's like, yo, I give it a try. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I told y'all, I'm a Gamecock through and through. I'm still a Gamecock. If you ask me today what's gonna happen next year, we're gonna be the national champs. So, I mean, it don't change with me. I gave credit yesterday. Got to give credit today. Shout out UConn. Congratulations. Like you said, they came and executed their game plan. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. We didn't. Get back in the gym. Get back in the gym. Get back in the gym. I don't even think it was nerves. At the end of the day, like in the fourth quarter, it can't still be nerves. Like you got to get over the nerves part. So, like you said, Mondo, it's a great day to be a UConn Husky fan. It's a great day to be a Gamecock fan. Turn the page. I'm on to the next natty.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I don't think it was necessarily that UConn had South Carolina's number. It just came down to adjustments, like just simple adjustments. And if you're really watching it, just take your emotions and feelings out the game, and you're gonna see the game in a complete realm. If you're guarding a shooter and somebody drives, you don't leave the shooter. How many times did that happen where Ford had an open shot because we just left the shoot? That's just simple attention to detail. That's what that is.
Go back and watch the live. How many times I was like, y'all leaving her open? Like that's still FUD over there. Just like for me too. It was I wanted somebody to just get up and get mad. You know what I mean? Get mad. Be like, yo, not on my watch. Raven played a masterful game yesterday. Couldn't score.
Raven has 48 hours. So anybody that was in the championship game, you got 48 hours until the game ends. Once the game ends, it's 48 hours from the last when the buzzer hits 0, whatever that time is, they got 48 hours to declare.
It's gonna be a lot of breaking news today.
Yeah. So now, I mean, you start to see the headlines right now. For those who ain't really paying attention, I told you 48 hours after the championship game, chaos in college basketball is going to happen on the women's side. You can believe it or not, but it's chaos going to happen. So, as you're starting to see, SMU is starting to put together a real program. I'm the surprise right now of people that's transferring is seeing Kate go to LSU. That's a surprise for me because I'm like, LSU, what we doing? I know she's 6'5" in the center, but what we doing?
Let's talk about it. What does Kate Koval mean? Does that mean that now offense runs through Kate Koval because now she's a dominant big and that's what Kim is used to having? Is that what we seeing? We going back to?
So here's your question: Does she give you double vibes? Because that's what Kim looking for. That right there explains everything you need to know.
Right. Come on, Rob. The only double digit that girl had this year was the freshman 15 she put on. Like she got to get to work. I need her to get to work. Like for how Kate Koval showed up in the McDonald's All-American game, I expected to see a totally different Kate at Notre Dame. She did. It's like she didn't get to Notre Dame.
Yeah,
that's not the same Kate Koval.
So for me, right? Can LSU develop her? That's gonna be the real key, right? Like you going to LSU. Are they really known for developing bigs? Or are they just looking for people that play with high energy? They can go get double doubles. Let's be real. Because I can talk about a whole bunch of things with people really games and really develop at LSU, but I ain't gonna knock them because they're gonna win, right? So, in my perspective, you're making a move to say, can she go get you a double double every game? Because that's exactly what they want.
Not that I know of. That's all I can say. Not that I know of. If I'm missing something, tell me. If I'm missing something, tell me. But what I saw at Notre Dame wasn't somebody that's gonna go give me a double double. And then the other thing about that is that the frustration that Hannah had with Kate not being able to catch her passes and stuff. Is she gonna be better able to handle the passes at LSU with MK Dub and them?
Well, I'll say this though. There probably won't be a lot of tough passes from the LSU guards than Hannah, because Hannah is like boom, boom, boom. I'm trying to throw that thing as hard as I can to you. We try to get the cute pass off, and sometimes, man, it's about touch, understanding your personnel. It's like you can't play with a kid all season and not become a better passer, knowing how this kid wants the ball. So, for me personally, I don't really like the fit. I don't see how the fit works for me, in a sense, right? And then you still got to go get a couple other. If you're LSU, you still got to go get a couple more bigs. I think what you're doing, because you got 23. And I just don't see her fit at LSU. You already got a 6'5" unmobile big, right, that you didn't play this year. So how does that help you next year? Then you bring in Koval, who's just a little bit faster than her. So it's like, what are we really doing? Like, I don't see the vision of what we're trying to do. And so the biggest thing for LSU is they truly don't got no wings. They got a bunch of guards and a bunch of bigs with no wings. You see how that works. You get to a team like a UConn, they can spread you out. You in trouble because you ain't got no wing help. And in today's game, you need wings. Wings control the games now. As much as guards do, wings are the more wings that you got, the better spacing that you have on the floor, which allow you to be able to turn downhill and go get baskets. So, hey, let's talk about it.
Darnell, you saying they don't know how to rep? They don't know how to rep us. You felt like they allow you kind of play physical, but they took the physicality out of our game. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, but so here's the thing though. It's like when you really watch that game, UConn didn't flat out just like go smoke South Carolina. It's just South Carolina just didn't score. That's really the truth matter of when you break down 3 points to 3 points, it's even across the board. Like South Carolina and UConn made exactly the same amount of threes, right? And the same amount of attempts. It came down to points in the paint. When you can't finish layups consistently and it's just one and done, it just starts to get demoralizing. And so when you had South Carolina going on Spurs where they couldn't score for 4 or 5 minutes, 1 or 2 baskets, it might not seem a lot, but it's a difference maker. And so that's what really stretched out the game. It wasn't like they just went on this 17-0 run or 20-0 run or 15-0 run. It wasn't the case. It's just South Carolina just went through stretches where you couldn't score, and now they're scoring 1 or 2 baskets every 2 or 3 minutes, and it's just stretching the game out. And every time you close the game, that's what happened. Like South Carolina should have to lead after the first quarter. By halftime, it should have been a tie, 1 or 2 points going into the second half, but it wasn't because you just couldn't make shots. Yeah, it does. MJ, that's what I'm saying. You went through a game, 16 out of 19 shots missed. Like, you're supposed to lose the game. There ain't no but in it. It's the truth. That's what happened. Like, there ain't no buts in it.
I feel like we always have to make we've been missing bunnies all season. That's one of the things that we've been talking about all season, miss bunnies. And I also been saying all season that we got to adjust to how the refs call it for us. We can't call the game, so we got to make the adjustments. We can make the complaints afterwards.
Yeah,
we got to be able to adjust.
But I also say this: the moment in time where like you stop the bleeding, we get to the free throw line, we miss free throws. So it's like everything that you could have did to stop the bleeding, we didn't do. We didn't execute. We missed free throws. They could have changed and put some. Like it was really never no real true game pressure on UConn, based on the point of we missed bunnies and we missed free throws when we could have cut into the lead to put some pressure. Because if that game gets to anywhere close to 4 points, now the pressure is on UConn for real. Now you gotta see, can they take it up another level? We just didn't make shots.
We never got into any defensive rhythm. We never got into a defensive rhythm in the game.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that because the last 4 minutes of the first half, yeah, actually did, but they never went back with that lineup. When Dada was in the game, they actually did get into a nice little rhythm where you came over with some turnovers. Lay was playing a little bit more aggressive. Dada was physical with Sarah Strong, and like you started getting to the rhythm, but they never came back with their lineup. Like Dada never came back into the game, and I think she could have played a bigger part and a bigger role in that game yesterday. And they never went back to that lineup.
I go back and look, but I feel like our defensive pressure and our defensive rhythm always starts with Raven and Bree. So I go back and look to see what you're talking about, but I never felt like they was in a defensive rhythm in the game that set a tone.
Yeah. I mean,
I would have liked to see Dowda play some more, but I don't think that we ever got into. I just never felt like we was in a rhythm. I was looking for the defense the whole game.
Yeah, but what Dowda brung is she kind of neutralized Sarah in that moment. Like Sarah did all her work.
I agree. Dowda should have played more. I just don't feel like we ever was in a South Carolina defensive rhythm, and we could have been in that with Dowda on the floor. I just didn't feel like we got into it.
Yeah, I'll say that Sarah Strong did all her work in the first half, so she didn't have to really do nothing second half. It's like as much as people was looking at Sarah Strong and trying to say Sarah Strong did all her work in the first half, but I also think that she got a lot of her work done was off of Chloe Kitts because they should have never had her on there from the get go. And I said that
Oh, yeah,
from
we could talk
pregame.
about
Like
that.
you shouldn't even did that.
But I think people, and I see what you're saying, Darnell, about our bigs always in foul trouble against top teams, but they scout to put Fagan and Pow Pow in foul trouble, and that people have been able to do it. Like at some point, you got to make an adjustment so you're not in foul trouble too, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, oh man, for me, I can't put it on the refs. They had a job to show up and play basketball, they didn't, so I can't be like, oh man, the refs. For me, who I am with basketball, I can't be like, yo, it was the refs. I can't do that.
The matchup that gave Sarah Strong the most problems was Dada. In the 4 minutes that she played, if you go watch her 4 minutes compared to anybody 4 minutes at any time in the game, she gave Sarah Strong the best matchup. And Sarah didn't want that. She didn't want that girl leaning on her. Like she didn't want none of that. So you seen it,
Oh,
you
I
know.
mean, I've been saying that about Dowda for weeks. I told y'all weeks ago, watch Dowda. The one thing you know about Dowda when you play against Dowda is that you was in the paint with Dowda. She gonna touch you every time.
Yeah, I mean, I say it's basketball. It makes miss shots, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen. At the end of the day, you give credit to UConn. You know, it's not what you want, but you
It's
got to
not.
give credit to UConn. You know, and they came out with a game plan. They executed. South Carolina came out with a game plan. Now, my biggest thing is this.
Bro, no, don't go to acting like Strong was just unbothered and all of that. Dowda can't guard Sarah. Go back and watch the work that Dowda did on Sarah. Sarah wasn't as effective when Dowda was in there. Now I gave you your congratulations and all of that, but come on, if we're gonna talk about the game, let's really talk about what happened in the game. All of that, she wasn't unbothered. Pull up in the mansion and we could watch the shit together. But don't just come out here like she was just killing. Go back and look at the time that she was on the floor with Dowda. Don't just get to typing now for real.
But Sarah was doing damage in spurts. It wasn't like she was dominant the entire game. She was doing it in spurts. That's what. Go back and rewatch the game. Take all your emotions, your feelings out the game, and just sit there and watch the game. And then you're gonna see it in a different lens, and it'll all make sense of what we're saying. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You looked at the game like, oh, they dominated, but in reality, if you truly break that game down and sit there and rewatch that game, South Carolina lost the game just based off of they couldn't finish layups. That's the truth of the matter. Because 3 for 3, it was pretty even. Free throw line, when they had an opportunity to put some pressure on UConn, you missed free throws in those moments. And then in the fourth quarter, you just didn't really even try to do anything. So you had opportunity.
I don't know what does Sarah Strong have to lose. I agree with not having Chloe on Sarah Strong, but I think it wasn't a good look for anyone else to defend beyond the perimeter like Sarah Strong, Shifty.
But hey, so here's the thing: when Dada was on Sarah Strong, they didn't have Sarah Strong at the 3-point line. They tried to post her up, and Dada was just leaning on her. That's it. That's the difference. Like when you see certain matchups, you're like, the reason why you bring out Chloe, because guess what? If I make a quick crossover, I'm by Chloe. There's nobody behind her. That's why they put her right. If they see Dada, they're gonna try to put her in a post because they think that she's got a quicker move to get to the rim against Dada, and Dada was just leaning on her, tying her down. Like those are the things that y'all don't be realizing that's happening in the game.
Let me clear something up. Nobody didn't say that Sarah wasn't special last night. I said since yesterday, Sarah had a very special game. She had stat line for a freshman. Great. It was a great game. Did Dowda have success against her? Is what we're talking about. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that she was a freshman. For her to do that on that stage, that's special. I'm not gonna take that from her. I didn't take it from her last night. So no, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, go back and look at the time that Dowda was on the floor. Now you said you thought that she didn't have a special night. I don't know. But let me know.
Hey, Bryce, hey, that's 100. That's 100. That's really what it came down to. Shout out, like when it came down to making shots, UConn made shots. South Carolina didn't. There's no. I see people trying to point at the rest, but it's like at the end of the day, South Carolina missed so many layups that it didn't, and you can't bail them out for taking fadeaway layups. You can't bail. You can't. even if it's a foul or not, you can't bail out a kid for shooting fade away from the rim, trying to just throw stuff up. And that's what a lot of times they happen. You get to the rim and you trying to fade away. You got to go into that contact. And if you're not going into that contact, they're not giving you that call. It's a championship game. What are we doing?
I seen us take threes that we didn't need. We was taking quick threes that we didn't need in the shot clock. I seen us getting rebounds. Sometimes maybe we should have threw it back out and reset. We didn't do that. I saw some uncharacteristic basketball. We didn't, like you said, we didn't make shots, but we also didn't get to the 50-50 balls. And we talked about that. I was saying too, sometimes the ball dropped. And if we just hurry up and grab it, we got it. But we don't even sometimes we don't even make the effort on the 50-50 ball. So I mean, the result of the game is what it was because we didn't take care of business.
Hey, but I say this, right? And to One Love, right? Yeah, Dada defended her better. But Dada is not, to me, comfortable still on the offense side. It doesn't matter. Like, this is what people don't realize. You just need her in the game to wear Sarah down. You think Sarah gets some of those rebounds if she's guarding Dada? She's not, because guess what? Physicality versus physicality is taking stuff away from you. It's beating you down. She might pick up a foul or two against Sarah based upon Sarah trying to go get a rebound, trying to go get a board. So she's bringing the physicality. You ain't seeing nobody else trying to box out Sarah. And sometimes you see where the shots go up, there's no box out, and Sarah the ball just landing right to Sarah because nobody's going to go tight to go get the basketball. How many times did that happen last night? A lot.
More times than they should have.
They get second and third chances because based upon we ain't even trying to go attack. We ain't trying to go attack to go get the rebound. No, man, we got it.
Man, we wasn't Gamecocks yesterday, y'all. We wasn't Gamecocks. And as far as like the officiating, I mean, my thing with officiating is you have to adjust to the refs. Refs don't adjust to you. So if we see a pattern on how we being ref the entire tournament, then where was the adjustment? What adjustment did we make? We can't keep going. Man, the refs ain't. They're not going to. So what adjustment are you going to make? Refs don't adjust. Refs don't adjust. You have to. So to me, that's where the success could have came with as far as what the refs was doing.
It's just one of those things where UConn just got hot at the right time. They got hot in the tournament, and they did the same thing to everybody. So it's not a South Carolina thing. What they did last night, outside of they made more threes against everybody else than South Carolina. That's the only difference. Like they just flat out made more threes against certain teams. But for the most part, they ran the same action, right? Dribble handoff to the wing, lift Sarah up, leave the big in the dunker spot, dribble handoff, pick and roll. They ran the same offense, so it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do anything different that you ain't seen on film. That's the difference. Like, I think people forget about that. Like, they did not do nothing that you ain't seen on film. It's just you did not adjust and you didn't make shots. That's it.
So, Brass, are you saying that my lady didn't play yesterday because Dawn and Raven are recruiting Latson?
Man, that had nothing to do with last night.
Latson and Fuwali don't even play the same position. And wasn't Fuwali on the video talking about if we get Latson, that's an automatic undefeated season? What are you talking about?
You know they all play with each other, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand what Brass is talking about. Please clarify.
You know Fuwali played with Latson, right? I don't know if you know that, but they actually did play with each other.
So please explain. Please explain. Please explain. Yeah, that's what I said. Don't even play the same position. So I mean, she was bothered. Why?
Hey, what we doing right now?
I told you. They crashing out. I know what's going on right now. I told you what's going on.
I listen though, but Fuwali mama didn't need to do that, man. Let's be real. Like, I get it that a loss happened, right? I don't think that they get. I don't like, to be honest. I don't never understand like why, right, when
what did she
Lay comes to the game,
go off on? What did she go off for? Explain what happened with Fuwali's mom.
Yeah. Let me know what it is, but I say this: I feel like South Carolina could have did a better job with game planning for Lay to do something offensive wise to help them when she came in the game.
Lay came in the game loose with the ball. turned the ball over, and then gave up two back-to-back threes. Lay had to go sit down.
Lawson and Lay played on the same AAU team. I don't know, y'all tripping. Like Lay and Lawson played on the same AAU team.
So I needed for Lay to tighten up mentally and get her head in the game. Lay came in the game, and when she went to the spin at the half court, I'm like, Lay, what are you doing? I never even seen you. What is that approach? So to me, I was thrown off by that from the beginning.
All right, so Sis, I'm gonna ask you this, right? Looking at last night's game, what would you say the biggest thing offseason wise you need to focus on offensive wise? Whether that's in the portal, whether it's just team overall, what is the biggest thing that you want to say that needs to be focused on this offseason?
For me, it's not offensive. Like, I think people are going to say we need a shooter. People are going to say we need a big. I think we need a real assessment on who is top, who can tackle, right? I need to really understand that. Is she healthy? Will she be healthy for the beginning of the season? Dawn said she wanted a mobile big, and she also said she wanted some leadership. The leadership piece was like, okay, whoa, okay. You don't see nobody stepping up yet to be the leader. Does that mean that Raven is leaving? It's hard for me to say what we need until I really know what we got. So, like, is Raven back?
I said the glaring piece last night. You just need a dog. That's what you need. You need a dog. I'm talking about.
Here's the thing,
I'm talking about the dog that understands. Like, hey man.
Here's the thing, though. That would be like saying that Ashley's not the dog on the floor. There's not no other dog that's gonna come in. Yeah. There's not no other dog that's gonna come in and have a voice bigger than what Ashley's was. If that's what was missing, that voice is back next year. So who's a bigger dog than Ashley that would come in and lead the team?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what you need. Like, but also I'll say this. Last night is one of them things where I feel like Don played the seniors too much, and some people on the bench could have helped you. And it burns you in the end. Like, I know you're going to live and die with the seniors, but sometimes, hey, man,
besides Dowda, who did you think should have been on the floor?
I think they should have played Maddie. I think they should have played Maddie more. Like, in the first half, right? Don't put her in the fourth quarter and like, hey, the first half, you're going to try some things. You're going to put some players in the first half to see if they're going to give you a spark. I feel like if you put Maddie in that first half, she gives you a spark.
I think
what was going on?
I think Don put Maddie in some other games to see if Maddie could come in and give a spark in this game, and she just didn't see enough. Like I can't even be like, yo, if Maddie, because the last time I saw Maddie in the game, she was dribbling the ball off her shoe still. So it's not. I can't be like, yo, Maddie would have saved it. Like I can't say that.
But her. This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying. This is why I'm saying Maddie, right? Because I think she moves her feet better defensively, and she's gonna stay to assignment. And sometimes when you start to play games, people lose assignments, and I think that's what really killed them. And that's why it got you into situations where you're in scramble mode, and they're turning a corner because we're like, I didn't even get to this point yet of we get a screen and we just dine on screens. Like, there's no fight over screens. There's no talking to help your girl get through a screen. Like, none of that happened last night. And so I think with Maddie on the floor, she's gonna be one of those people she's gonna fight through that screen. She's gonna give me that extra effort. Like, I'd rather you blow up a screen and get a foul to let me know you set the tone. Like, hey man, enough's enough of this. We didn't see none of that last night. We seen people get hit with screens and they just die there.
I mean, I don't know. I hear what you're saying about Maddie. Maybe that's something that you seen from watching Maddie before she got to South Carolina. But like when I look at Maddie's work at South Carolina, I don't see her as that player. Like I don't see that she's done that there. Like I seen her earlier in the year before the concussion. It looked like she was progressing. After, it looked like she had kind of regressed to me. Like she didn't really. She got lost on the offense sometimes. Seemed like she got lost on defense sometimes. She would attack sometimes. But like I said, a lot of times she was dribbling the ball off her leg. She didn't seem confident as she was at the beginning of the season. And so when I put PG1 on the floor, I need for you to be confident and know what's going on out here, and I just don't know that she felt like that. I don't know that I saw that out of Maddie this year. And y'all saying Maddie going to the portal. Y'all saying Maddie was homesick.
I listen. I'll say this: if at the beginning of the game, if Bree or Raven would have just blew up one of those screens, it would have been a whole different game. Like just blow up the screen, just flat. Like what up? Like I just want people to go back and really watch the game. When UConn was going to go set screens, there was no communication. Nobody was talking. You was just allowing the action to happen. Like it was like you didn't have a fight in the race from the get go because it's like, damn, you know what's gonna come. It ain't like you seeing something that ain't happen. It's coming. Somebody gotta be like, hey, listen, we are setting this tone. It don't matter what you talking about. We finna blow the screen up. You finna have to do something else. It was nothing to say, hey, listen, I'm gonna make you do something else.
I think when you saying that, that's the same thing I'm saying. Like, get mad. Nobody got mad. Like, who? Like, there's a part on Sunset Park when they be like, "Who's not scared? Like, who's just gonna go out here and hoop?" We never got to a point where somebody just went out there and hoop. We did. Raven tried to do it defensive from a defensive standpoint and rebounding. Somebody else needed to meet that moment with her. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, man. It's that's why I say there was last night was like the first time I really seen the South Carolina just get out physical. Like it's, and I think Don was more upset that it was
explain how you say this is the first time that you saw him get out physical when people were in the chat are saying this is the same thing that we saw in February. Explain the difference in the out physical for him, please.
It's not because the first time y'all met, they was just raining threes from all over the place in transition. So that game, right? That first game was just them making 3-point shots. This game was more like, hey, we finna beat you up in the paint because we know you trying to take away our three. So now we finna get downhill and attack. And when we attack, we meet you in the chest and we going through you. And if we miss, we are just going to out physical you to get every rebound we can and get 2 or 3 possessions, and we finna go right back at the rim. The first matchup is when we got the rebound, we trying to kick that thing back out for a shooter. That's a complete difference. That's why it's like when I'm talking about
almost the same score, but they got there different ways.
In different ways. But it honestly, it could have been differently. Like this second game could have been tremendously different had we just, and when they got these offensive rebounds, if you just stop when the shot go up and just stop the game, you can look at every player on the floor. One person blocking out, everybody else just looking at the ball in flight. Boom, the rebound come. What's the first rule, right? The rebound should never hit the floor, right? If the ball's in the air, the rebound should not hit the floor. We should have that ball. Too many times the ball hit the ground, UConn picking it up. No heart, no effort. That's what that is. Rob, you're saying Gino game plan was well with opposite game plans. Huh? Rob, you're saying Gino's game plan well with opposite plans. No, he did exactly what he did in the tournament. Like Gino put on a masterpiece. Don't give me Gino did it. Gino game plan, he did exactly what he did to every team in the tournament. The offense looked the same. The difference was in previous games, they was making transition threes and they was making threes versus this game, they didn't make threes. They just beat you up inside. That's the difference. It's the same action being run. It's just we miss shots, we get in the glass, and we finishing. That's the difference. Same game plan.
Here's the thing. And Lay saying Gino kept running the same thing, then stop it. I'm going to keep running the same thing until you stop it. Why would I stop? It's working. If I'm running the same thing, stop it.
But that's the point. Here's what this goes, sis. This is what this comes down to. Nobody watched game film.
Let's go.
It just flat out come down to you didn't watch game film. Because how can Lay say Gino came with the same game plan? So if he came with the same game plan, right, and you watch this on film, don't you know a screen coming? So what you gonna do?
I think you got a super chat.
Yeah, it's a super chat.
There you go.
Just supposed to You're just supposed to support and enjoy coverage. Does the NCAA not understand women's basketball is where the energy is? Should have been prime time. Don will be back. I'm gonna let you answer this, sis. I'm gonna give it to you. I know it's a super chat on my end, but I'm gonna give it to you. Shout out to Lawrence from RBE. Man, hey, if y'all ain't following RBE, hey, shout out to Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to battle rap, that's Lawrence from RBE, man. Shout out to you. Salute to you.
All right.
I'm gonna let you answer it.
I mean, so yeah, Don
I
will be
definitely
back. Say, does the NCAA not understand women's basketball where the energy is? Should have been a primetime game. They told y'all when they renegotiated the deal, the reason that they didn't make it a primetime game because they wasn't sure that the coverage would carry from Caitlin being in the game. They were very transparent about why they kept the game at 3:00. They didn't know that the game if the game would have the same viewership as when Caitlin played. I don't know what the viewership was. Was it 18 million yesterday?
The numbers don't come out till Tuesday.
It was 18 million.
Yeah, the numbers don't come out till Tuesday.
So we'll have to see. But that was why. And we'll see if the numbers are if the viewership is at 18 million or if they were right that it took a dip.
Listen, Caden Clark, you put that at a 4:35-30 start. Like, let's be real. Like, just you got to. Like, one,
it should have been an 8:00 game. I agree. It should have been an 8:00 game.
I give you that. But I say you do that because think about like yesterday. Like a person like me, I'm in the air traveling, right? I missed the whole game, right? I would have been watching the game, right? So that's one view right there. But just think about people getting out of church that want to watch the game. Now they in church because guess what? You're saying it starts on 2 p.m. Eastern time, right? It's 1 Central. You get to the West Coast, it's 10. I mean, it's
11.
So it's like you killing your viewership because some of these people out doing stuff and now they missing the game because of that. Just pushing, even if you push it back 2 hours, you're going to get more viewership in that span.
People don't expect the West Coast to really really tune in unless it's a West Coast team involved. Like I don't think from a TV standpoint, I think they feel like in LA especially, it's other stuff going on. Are people really going to sit down and watch the game at a women's game at 8:00 at night? They don't think so. We'll have to show them different. But even with like the Sparks games and some of that stuff, like it's hard to compete in LA. Was the Lakers playing yesterday?
Yeah, they played yesterday. Mm-hmm. But Pete game, they didn't play till late though. So
no, but I'm just saying when they look at the West Coast, it's like, man, it's a lot of stuff to do over there. It's hard to get people to come to a game in person on the West Coast when it's Juju and Fetch there.
But here's
so
my
from
thing.
a standpoint, they just like ain't nobody tuning in from the West Coast anyway.
Yeah, but here's my thing. They could have adjusted that game just based off of the fact of when you watch, because they got the numbers from the previous rounds, right?
Oh, I thought the game should have been at 8:00.
No, the reason why I'm saying is more people's watching the women's game than they was watching the men's game. Why not adjust it just based upon that? Like you got the factual data.
Because then you would be admitting that the women's college game has surpassed the men's college game.
You got the hey man, sometimes you gotta suck up your pride. Tuck your nuts in, suck up your pride. That's just what it is. Like,
we would think so. We would think so.
Man, come on, man. Like, what we doing? Like, it's just what it is.
We would think so.
Listen, that's one of the things that I hate the most is, man, you get data, right? And then you don't utilize the data that you have for it to be like, come on, man. But I get it from a standpoint because I seen what they just did to Coach Prime with the NFL Network and ESPN for their pro day. I see what they did to them and how they try to limit how much they cover them instead of covering the full thing of it. So I get it. I get it. Man,
we go back to what you said though. The women's game or like Prime and we talked about is big enough to have its own network. You should have had it on your own platform. You should have just had it on the NCAA YouTube channel and put it on when it was best for you and made the money off of it. Yeah. My opinion.
I mean, but to be honest with you, that's ESPN trying to control it. It ain't really the NCAA. It's ESPN controlling it because they telling you what time they want the game, not based upon what makes sense for you. And so, okay, cool. You want to control this? Watch how I control that. right? And so that's what Prime made calculated moves, and that's why I had to call it out. You know what I'm saying? Because he made calculated moves. Like, okay, so y'all want to just do this? Boom. All right, I'm gonna do that. All right, so they can see how that. You know, the new TV deal. We'll see how it happens. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what changes.
And I mean, yeah, the women's game has surpassed the men's game, but not the way that they cover and market it. You saw more. It was easier to find stuff about men's March Madness than it was for women's March Madness. You didn't see commercials about the women's March Madness bracket for real, but they pushed the men's March Madness bracket down your throat.
They
So
always
yes,
will though.
yeah, no, I'm saying we understand as the people that are as the viewers what it is that we want, but marketing, then you would have to move those marketing dollars to a different perspective, right? Like, so they want you to still think that the men's game is big. They collect a whole lot of marketing money for the men's March Madness. They
Hey,
got to be able
listen.
to sell them commercial spots.
Yep. I say this though. I'm thankful that they finally, made the women's side March Madness because they was traditional. They couldn't call it March Madness because of the men's and all this dumb stuff. I'm glad that they're starting to open up to like, hey, this game is going to something that we can't stop. How do we meet in the middle? That's the problem right now. How do we meet in the middle to make this thing even better than what it is? That's what it is.
I don't know that you meet in the middle. But meet when you say meet in the middle, what does meet in the middle look like?
It's a whole bunch. I rather not. We'll do another show on that, like for us meeting in the middle of that, because it's a whole bunch of stuff I got on the plate. I think I will do it on Hot Take Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So we can really like. Cause I'm gonna get some hot takes for real. That it might throw some people. So we'll wait till.
Because for me, my thing is quit trying to stand on your own. Stand on your own. We have a product that stands on its own, that can stand on its own. You don't need to be in a partnership with a men's league. You don't need stand on your own.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think that I don't think it was another. To me, honestly, like the biggest thing for the women's side that I want them to see them get better. I don't think they did enough partnerships with like NIL brands that can help push the game forward. That's not men's brand, right? You fly J into like commercials, but it's really selling for like the men stuff. I want to see the women's side sell stuff for the women. That's what that's really what I'm getting to, like meeting in the middle part of it is why does the women have to sell the men's products for them and be the face for them? Why can't they be the face of some women products and really push that and bring in that?
My thing is you push your products and we'll push our products and let's see what happens.
Man.
Because I think we kind of saying the same thing. Like the 3-point shootout. You had Sabrina show up for the NBA All-Star 3-point shootout. So the next thing should have been that Steph should have showed up for the WNBA All-Star game and shot, right? So that you have a balance. I think what you're saying, sell what we got going on too, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, you right there. I smile. I already know who you thinking about. I ain't even gonna say the name because I know exactly who you thinking about. I ain't even gonna get into that.
Hey, Buki, what's going on? Who does Lay remind you of from Colorado?
I know. I already know. I ain't even getting into that conversation because I already know. Listen, I smile. You could just go ahead and put the initials in the chat. I know a lot of people won't pick that up, but I know who you're talking about. It's very similar though.
Angel and Flaw J did an NIL deal with Tampax. Howell was rumored to be leaving Southern Cal before the tourney started.
Well, yeah.
Who the hell doesn't want to play with Juju?
Let's get into it. Let's get it. Hey, Brad.
Let's go.
Hey, Brad, where you at on Hot Take Wednesday? On Hot Take Wednesdays, we need you to pull up on Wednesdays when we do hot takes, cause you know, I don't think people.
A few people that don't want to play with Juju. Am I tripping?
I don't think y'all understand how hard it is to play with a kid like Juju. I don't think people really understand that.
Oh, let's talk about it. Why is it hard?
Anytime a kid that can get 15 to 22 shots per game is going to be difficult. The reason why it's going to be difficult is just say you're a high school player and you getting them same amount of shots in high school, and then you get to college and now you're only getting 4 shots a game. It's a difficult transition, right? So you look at a player like Howell, and they averaging 20. Howell and Heck, they averaging 22, 25 in high school, and they getting all these shots. And then you come to college and you might not sniff 4 shots a game. It's very difficult.
But hold on, what was the conversation coming into college? You knew you was coming to play with Juju, right? You knew.
But Seth, here's the thing. It's really not about Juju more than it's about the head coach.
And so that's what I'm saying. What did you think? What did the head coach tell you coming in here? They didn't tell you it was Juju's show?
You know it's the Juju show. But listen, but here's the thing, right? If you put shooters around Juju, you're expecting, hey, if she breaks somebody down, boom, 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 I'm getting that kick. That's a shot. I'll be fine with 5 to 7 shots per game, knowing that I just gotta knock shots down. I might get more than 7 if I'm hot. But sometimes I might not even get no minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like the minutes distribute is not the same. And then the offense, the way they run in the offense, it's so many things that think about it from like Kiki's standpoint, right? Kiki playing to play with Juju. Do you really think she think it went how she felt like it should went and how she should have stepped up and be? Because how Kiki looked at it is, I should have been forcing from previous, right? You get 25, I can get my 25. And that just didn't happen.
Kiki, what the coach told you when you came here? That you was going to get 25? You thought that you was coming here and you was getting 25 at Juju school where she dropped 51?
I'm just telling you.
First of all, Kiki, if we being honest, you didn't even show up and was the player that I thought you was going to be. You got here and I found out that Cam Brink hit a lot of shit about you. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Do we want to talk for real? Because who we thought we was getting didn't show up. Okay, y'all don't want to talk. Never mind. Go ahead.
But listen though. But we all know it's Coach G ain't the coach, man. Come on now. Like that's what also. It's not about them getting players because they can get players. It's Coach G, like really. That's really what the expectation is.
They don't like for me to say it. I have been saying fire Coach G. Remember?
Listen. Anybody that know me, I am not a fan of either one of the LA coaches. So I'm just gonna put it out there on Front Street. Like they can get players, but when you talking about trying to execute with and they need to go win us a game and execute game plan, I'm not with it. I'm sorry. You can have it. You can have it. It's just they're not fit for the programs that they have. Like those programs, UCLA and USC, they need head coaches that can get them over the hump. And the 2 coaches that they have currently constructed right now can't get them over the hump. Not when it comes to executing game plan to get you over the hump. No, that's not them. But as far as them being able to recruit and use NIL dollars to get players, they've been successful with it. They just can't get you over the hump.
Okay, so I see people in the chat saying, but why not stay? Because Juju's hurt. You're going to get more minutes.
You're not.
What success are you going to have in the Big Ten? Where are you going to be in the Big Ten without Juju?
Listen, y'all do know Juju's coming back next year, right? So whatever confidence you build up when Juju come back, Juju's going in the starting lineup. Let you tell her she not and see what happened. The media is gonna tell you that. Listen, and then on top of that, which I don't really realize in this whole situation, if you start the season bad, the media is gonna rip you in shreds because you're getting money. So they feel like you're a professional. So now what confidence this kid gonna have? Like y'all gotta play in the part of this is like now that these kids getting money, all this is off the table. I can talk about anything. I could bring up anything on the kid I want because they getting money now. Because they making more money than me. And so the politics side of this is what really gets a lot of these kids running from situations because they just don't want to be in the spotlight. They're like, you're in a spotlight even more because now Juju's not there. So now we're gonna really see. Now we really get to deep dive into your game. Do you got it or not? And if your game ain't really like that, you gonna get. It's gonna be. Hey,
Right.
listen.
You being nicer to me. My thing was, Juju, do you even play another college basketball game? Get out there and go to the league. Take the year off and go to the league.
Man, listen. Hey, listen. Y'all don't even understand what's gonna come to this. Like, it's like, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, as much as people don't think Coach G got a target on her back next season, she got a target on her back next season, and Juju ain't there. Like, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, they in a world of trouble. And you can't use it. Oh, Juju ain't here. Well, you had the number 1 recruiting class. So what are we talking about? You just brought in the second, and you bringing in the second ranked player in the nation to this team next year.
Here's the thing,
Kennedy
if Kennedy Smith get loose next season, how far can they go in the Big Ten without Juju?
Listen, they need Jazzy and they need Kennedy Smith to be the best versions of them. If they don't have they're in trouble.
Can they beat UCLA?
I don't know. We don't know what the team look like right now. They ain't got no bigs. So what we talking about? You can't even match up with nothing. You ain't got no bigs. We know you got Jazzy Davidson, and we know you got Kiki Smith. What else do we know you got? So currently constructed right now, they should get smoked off the floor by UCLA. But guess what? UCLA is going to leave them in the game because guess what? Their coach, they ain't got no dog mentality, and they don't have no dog mentality to close you out. So you gonna be in the game against UCLA.
So that's my question. If I'm Juju, I'm healthy. But as currently constructed, we don't even compete in the Big Ten. What am I coming back for?
Listen, you got a 1-2-3, and you're just hoping that 1-2-3 can get you over the hump. That's what's gonna happen, right? I got Kennedy Smith at the 1. I got you can put JD or you can put Juju 2 or 3. You know you got 3. You just your 3 guards gonna have to carry you. That's just what it is. Because you ain't got no bigs. You ain't got nobody that you could throw. All right, so think about it like this: if you ain't got a big that you could throw the ball in and get you a basket, your team is fraud. You ain't going nowhere. That's as simple as that. So therefore, them 3 guards can go off, but you ain't got no rebounders or nobody else on the wing that can do something. You already screwed.
If they can get any big out the portal, what big should they get? USA.
It ain't even. Listen, they need an athletic big that understands your job is to come here and just rebound. If you can give us 2 blocks a game, rebound the basketball and just run the court. That's all you need.
Is that Samaya Smith?
I think that'll be a perfect role for her. But I don't know if that's what she wants. That'll be a perfect role for her.
What you think Samaya want? Please tell, girl. She needs to try to get someplace. What you think Samaya want?
Honestly, she want to be a star player. Is what she want. Like let's just call it what it is, right?
Samaya Smith from LSU. Like this my team star player.
Yeah. She want that. Yeah. Why do you think she left LSU? Come on now, because she already got that. She got that at LSU right now. She got that. Listen, I can run the floor. I can rebound. I can get easy baskets, and I can start. I got that right now. So what else am I leaving for? I left because guess what? I can re-up. I can go. Now I just got myself a bag. What I just did at the end of the season, I can go get myself a bag now. So now I go get a bag, and I can be one of the face of the team.
No, you can't. Come on. What team?
You think somebody ain't calling for her? To give her a bag?
Here's the thing. Somebody's calling for her. Somebody's calling to give her a bag, but she ain't gonna go be a face of a team that's gonna compete for nothing.
Listen, I didn't say that. I said that's what she wants. I didn't say that's what you should do. Because I'm
trying to understand in her mind of minds, why is that what she thinks can happen? What do you think? Them couple games that you just played? Man. All right.
Yeah. Because listen, it makes, just think about it. It made no logical sense for her to leave LSU with the role that she had. And the way she was coming on at the end of the season, it made no sense whatsoever for her to leave. So what else did you leave for? Because I want to.
I
Because
thought
I
that you
want to.
left because I thought that you
No,
left because you weren't happy with LSU. That's why I thought you left, but
no,
not
that's
because you
not.
think you're facing a team someplace.
She wants a bigger role in the offense. That was one of the key things. She want a bigger role in the offense. She want to be one of those ones that when you say that school, you bring up her name. When you say LSU, you're not bringing up her name. She was tired of being, you know what I'm saying, in the background. She was tired of being the background singer. She's trying to be out in the front.
Bro, you just got healthy, and that's what I'm talking about. These players, sometimes you think it's like a whole lot of players that play with Kobe. You win a championship with Kobe, and then you think you need to go be the face someplace else, and then you ain't nothing but a glorified bench player wherever else you was. Because who you were isn't really based on what your game is. It was based on what the system was. So be
Yeah.
sure about the decisions that you make.
Listen, I'll say this. I don't truly 100% believe it's her. It's more about her representation.
Oh
Family.
yeah, for sure.
That's more what it is. And
And
so when this type of
it's
stuff,
people in her ear too, like, yeah, you just was hooping. You
right.
could, it's the whispers for sure.
No.
I saw
Listen
somebody
what people
ask. Oh, go ahead.
listen what this is what people in her ear telling her. Hey, at the end of the season, you scoring more points than Big Four. You was a bigger deal than Big Four. So why you gotta sit behind Big Four when you could be the star player because you putting out, just think about the last 6-7 games. You know what I'm saying? Big Four didn't play. They had to play through you. You was balling. You had a little 20-point game, a little double game, and you was doing more than her. So you know what I'm saying? You showing your work, and that's all it took. You got hot in 5 or 6 games to sell your stock to somebody. That's what it was. And now what your representation did is they went and sold your stock to somebody else, and they told you, hey, listen, if she get in the portal, hey, we can give her 100,000 right now, and we can cut her NIL deal before this revenue share kicks in. Come on now.
Yeah, Kate Koval coming probably had her packing her bags too. They knew Kate was coming.
Okay, man. But here's my thing. If you smart, right? Why wouldn't you put a Kate Koval next to her? Because she really is a 4. She's really not a 5.
Mocha Latte say maybe she realized she wasn't getting developed and got up out of LSU. I didn't think about that. I don't know. Could it be that she saw like, yo, they not developing bigs here? I got to get up out the way. Let me go someplace where I can get developed. I don't know. We've been talking about the development down there anyway.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, think about it. That's why I be trying to tell people. I say, man, listen, has LSU really developed a big, or they just went after people that they know go get double doubles?
People that already get double doubles. People that already get double doubles.
And think about the schedule that they landscape out, right? Because you're gonna play a weak schedule. Like, you gonna play a weak schedule. So, hey, listen, we can pack all them stats at the beginning of the season and fluff this thing up and make it look brilliant. So we hope that your confidence is built. Yeah, that's what I'm like. What we doing? No, hey, listen, Smith is a wing. She's not a traditional big, but because she's 6'2", depending on the teams that you're playing, she can get away with being a 5. But she really want to play on a wing. She want to shoot threes. She want to play differently, and she ain't gonna get to play like that at LSU. Because guess what? You're gonna be standing at that elbow. It's gonna be elbow action. You're gonna set them little flare screens for people, and you got to get your stuff off the garbage. You know what I'm saying? Off the rim. That's how you got to do it. That's LSU to the T for they bigs.
There you have it. I see somebody ask, "What's the starting lineup for the Gamecocks next year?" I don't know until I know who all the Gamecocks are. So after I see what we do in the portal, we'll talk about who would start.
You can't. Hey, let me just put this out there. You can't ask about
development does not fall just on the player. What the hell am I in college for if I could just develop on my own? Coaching is a very big part of development of a player. That's how the hell you get from being a college player to being a pro. If you didn't need a coach to get you there, then what are you in school for? You could just develop at the park. That's the problem right now. People don't get how to develop. I'm sorry, coach. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say this. I forgot the point I was about to say before that. But
the coaching staff at LSU does not develop players. And we can argue about it. Let me know.
Hey,
Let me know.
listen. This what I says. I'm being honest with you. I'm firing the ball boys. Whoever the ball boys and the managers are, I'm firing them right now.
Why? The ball boys? Why you firing the ball boys?
Because the ball boys supposed to be in the gym with my players, helping them get up shots. So
Okay? Wait, the ball boys is different than the highlighters.
Whatever you want to listen. The ball boys.
You talking about the men that work out with the team?
Not the men that work out with the team. I'm talking about the ball boys and the manager, that the staff manager, whatever you want to call them, right? I'm firing them, right? They supposed to be in the gym. When my girls getting up shots, they supposed to be getting in passing.
Rebounding and kicking it back. Kicking it back. Okay, you firing them. Who you hiring?
I'm firing them. You know why I'm firing them? Because it don't look like y'all ain't doing enough passing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't doing enough passing to these shooters. Because we can't shoot. So that means we ain't in the gym doing something right. So what are we doing? Everybody getting fired. Everybody catching strays. On the whole team. Everybody catching strays. Because guess what? I'm calling it how I see it. Hey, when you look at them ball boys, when the ball boys not hustling and bustling, oh yeah, we ain't get up enough shots in practice. Don't worry about it. We ain't got a chance. We ain't developing nothing. I'm still waiting on LSU to develop a shooter. I still ain't seen one of them yet. That's how I know y'all ain't getting up enough shots.
No, the highlighters ain't no volunteers. The highlighters got a goddamn NIL deal. What do you mean? The highlighters ain't no volunteers. They get paid. They get
no. They get paid. No, you get paid to practice now. Hey, you get paid.
MJ talking about they volunteers. No, they not.
You get a little stipend check, and you get all the gear and stuff like that. Now you get compensated. Like you ain't just out there. Listen.
The South Carolina highlighter team got a UFO's NIL deal. Don set it up. They got an NIL deal on top of whatever else they get. So it ain't just volunteer.
And they play in the league for them too. So like they play in leagues against other teams and stuff like that people don't be knowing about. Like they, you know what I'm saying? They don't advertise it nothing, but they do. But listen, people don't be knowing about the ball boys, man. Listen, they got the ball boys supposed to be the hardest working people on your team. I ain't seeing no sweat coming from them. I ain't seeing them hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like when I don't see that, oh yeah, I know your pro. You tell me everything you don't even know about your program. You ain't getting enough shots up. The ball boys is a key piece of the development of the team, man. People don't know that because guess what? When your coaches can't be there in the gym, the ball boys can. Do you know if you can get? Go
ahead, Rod.
Listen, this is a little gray area that you can get away in college. A lot of people don't know it. If you went and hired a trainer and made him a ball boy, you will be way more successful because you can't tell a ball boy you can't be in the gym with the players. They can't control that. What they can control is how much time you spend with the trainers. That's how you get great. This is how you steal people on your staff without knowing that they're on the staff. You make one of the trainers the ball boys so he can get in the lab. He can start working on some of these people's games that some of your assistant coaches don't have to make your team better. Just as well as you can do it with your training staff, with your strength and conditioning team. If you got a former hooper that's on your strength and conditioning team, guess what? Once the offseason kick, you're in the hands of them because they can be around them. They can't be around the assistant coaches. They only got so much time.
Man, I'm gonna put you behind the paywall if you finna keep giving away all this free game, man. I'm gonna put you behind the paywall, man. Rob out here giving away free game.
Well, it's just certain things that add up. And I'll be like, man, what we doing right now? Because I'm thinking about it like when I was in college, I knew exactly what our basketball team did, right? I'm like, they stealing free money. Like, you a trainer, right? I seen your work. You got so. All right, cool. Come here. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing that happen beyond the saying. So imagine if I'm seeing that happening. I know you ain't doing what you supposed to do. I'm looking at the ball, but oh yeah, ain't got no, man, come on, dog. Hey, listen. You can let them as a ball boy. They ain't never got to show be at the game and be a ball boy. We just need you to practice and make sure to develop these players. That's all we need.
Y'all are giving away free game.
Man, what we doing, man? This ain't even Hot Take Wednesday, man. This is what we doing on Wednesdays.
We got it. So let's see. So the ball boys call the players up to get them to the gym.
Yeah. Hey, listen. There's a group. The group chat. Hey, listen. The group chat. Hey, who get into the gym? Boom. Well, ball boys, you supposed to meet them there. You listen. If you really serious about hooping, you ain't even got to get in the GC. Like the players already got the ball boys numbers. Hey, I need you to be at the gym in so time. We gotta get these shots up. We gotta get these reps up. Hey, my trainer, I need you to be there at this time. Cool. Whatever label you want to put them for. This or that, hey, listen, it don't even matter. Like, long as they're at the gym and they ain't not working, that's all that matters. You're not doing game repetition stuff. That's what it is.
So let me ask you this question. Should the ball boy be hitting you up like, yo, let's get in the gym? What you doing? We shooting today? Or should the player be saying, hey, I'm on the way to the gym, get there?
It's on the player. That ain't on the ball boy. But hey, but peep this though. Hey, say you start 6 a.m. workouts, right? And you start getting on the rhythm. One thing about it, if a ball boy understand that you really about that life, guess what they gonna do? They gonna make sure your ass is up. They gonna text you, hey, get your, if you slacking, they gonna hold you accountable. So what you got on your ball boy stuff is you got a bunch of individuals that, man, that they ain't in love with it. People that's really in love with it gonna make sure you there. You ain't got enough people that's around you that's in love with it. They just showing up for the minimum. And that's what you get, the minimum results. Listen. The ball boys got keys to everything. They got keys to the head coach office. They got keys to get the balls out. Anything you need, the ball boys can get it. That should be your best friend. When you get to college, your best friend should be the ball boy. Why? Hey, if I need an extra Gatorade and I don't feel like going to get that, hey, go run me that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go, everything I need. Hey, I need a towel. I need this. I need that. I need to change the clothes. The ball boy gonna get all that stuff for you. And listen.
I don't know. I hear South Carolina players saying I was in the gym last night. I'm in the gym late night. I'm in the gym 2 a.m. So I know the ball boys got the action out there. So I done heard them say it out their own mouth.
Hey, listen. And the ball boys got the coldest girls too. Cause they know they get all the gear. The ball boys got the coldest girls because they know they get all the gear. Hey, man. Hey, I gotta stop dropping these jewels on y'all, man. I'm gonna open up a whole other bag, man. How does it really work? What's really going on, man? Hey.
But the point of not many kids taking advantage of it is that's exactly the point. It take a special one. Not everybody gonna make it. It's kids on every team that ain't got a shot of making it. Not because they don't have the skill set, because they don't have the discipline. I keep telling y'all, 10% of this shit is your talent. 90% of this shit is how do you take care of business? Do you dot the I's across the T's? If you don't do that, you ain't going nowhere. Think about how many people are sitting in your hood. You probably could put together an all-star team of people sitting in your hood right now that should have been in the league. Every one of us can go back to our hood and come back with an all-star team of players that should have been in the league, but they didn't take care of business.
Yeah.
You're not taking care of business. You're not doing nothing in this. I don't care how good you are.
I'm behaving, man. I'm just telling you how I break down. The reason why I said that the ball boys got the coldest girls because they want the access to all the tickets and want to be access to all the players. So everything break down and makes sense of why things are happening the way it happened. You know what I'm saying? So I just be trying to drop the jewels on y'all, let y'all know like it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that if you just tweak the stuff behind the scenes, your team will be 20% better instantly. But those are the things that's not being thought about.
You'd be surprised at the resources and tools that's available to them, right? The opportunity to be great in these programs that we're talking about, the opportunity to be great is there. Do you got the drive and the discipline to go be great? That's 10,000 hours. Do you got it? Put it in then.
I'll tell you how it is. Listen, if for all the people that be like, I be in the gym, if you was actually truly to watch the workouts and what so many people doing in the gym, what you're doing in the gym is why you're not successful. Because more than likely, you're not going as hard as you need to go to discipline yourself to make those shots in the game. Because guess what? When you're in the gym by yourself and you ain't got no motivation or you don't understand what it takes because you ain't had that person that's in front of you that's experienced that can help you get over the hump that understands what a real work ethic look like, you're more than likely going 50 to 65% at the most. You're not going to push yourself to like, man, I got it. Boom. Hey, ball boy, when I come off the screen, I need this. When I come off of that, I need that. Boom, I need you to push me. Like, you should have at least 3 ball boys in the gym while you working out, right? One to like just, help you get through what you need to get through to the rebound, right? Whatever action you're trying to get through. Then, shooting free throws. A lot of this stuff is because, man, it's just mental stuff. Like, you're not training your body to come in and shoot. Hey, make sure that wrist pop. Make sure the fingertips down. Like, all the little detailed stuff you're not doing because the ball boys are not being disciplined. You're not being disciplined. That's all it is.
So, question, flip side of that. They say Joyce do too much basketball. What's the balance? And what should she balance it with?
There is a such thing as doing too much basketball, but also when you in the gym, what are you really working on? That's what it be to me. If you go in the gym and do the exact same thing, you're gonna get the exact same results. And so with Joyce, my thing with her is, man, are you working in the gym to come off of 1 dribble pull-ups, right? Boom. If I come, I get this ball. Can I get you a quick crossover, 1 dribble pull-up? I got a shot. Or I go left, boom, 1 dribble pull-up. I got a shot, right? I can see her. I can see she improved her free throws as it went on because I can see she's working her touch. So free throws definitely improved as the season went on. But what else, right? I should be able to see if you're in the gym that much.
Clarify for me when they're going in the gym. And I don't want to make it specifically about Joyce. So just a player, right? When you going and you working in the gym on your own, are you going in the gym and working on your own on a plan that's been given to you based on what you need to develop this season? Or what or how does that work? Right? Like to me, so in my thinking, like as an individual, there's a conversation that I have with my coaches on what I need to develop as an individual. And then as a team player, the things I need to work on to be able to contribute in the team scheme, right? And so to me, there's a plan. Is that how it works? Is that not how it works? Let me know.
It depends on where you at on the depth chart. Right? Okay. Yeah, I'm being honest. It depends on where you at on the depth chart.
That's fair.
And the reason why, if you're 7th and above, you more likely got a game plan of what you need to do, right? And sometimes that's where it stops at. You come and you do the game plan, whatever they set up for you. You don't do nothing extra. So you don't get no extra results because you're not depositing anything extra, right? If you're from anywhere from 9 to the bottom of the roster, you just in the gym doing whatever because you don't know until the off season come and they like, hey, you either gonna be here or you're not gonna be here, right? Because they still trying to figure out what that look like. Are you even gonna be around? So am I gonna deposit to put this plan in place for you? Will be possibly knowing you might not even be here. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's like you could be like, yeah, there should be a plan in place, but a lot of times, man, you don't even know if the coach feel like you're gonna even be here or it's gonna be shake my hand. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3 can't code, man. You figure this shit out somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So that's where the deception comes in and the pieces come in that the people don't understand. It's like you gotta hope that you in that rotation that you're coming back, right? If you're in that rotation, come back next year, there's some type of game plan, right? But if I'm a player, why am I not trying to find a trainer outside of the program that can work with me when the coaches can't work with me?
Let me tell you specifically why I asked about Joyce. Dawn said Joyce in the gym all the time. I wish she would get out the gym sometime. She's in the gym. She's at practice. She does her shoot around. She works with her dad. She works by herself, right? Joyce is doing all of this work. Then I saw Raven say Joyce needs to balance her life from just basketball. Joyce is a perfectionist. I can see Joyce being like, I got to get this right. I got to get this right. I got to get this right. And sometimes you can be so into something that you can be so in your head that you need to step back away from it so that you can come back to it and take care of it. And that's what I mean about her having a different outlet. And that's why I mentioned Joyce specifically, because she's a gym rat. She's also a perfectionist. So is there a point where, hey, you know what, Joyce, get out the gym today. I want you to just go to the park, go to the movies. Don't think about basketball. Get it off your mind and come back. That helps too. And it's a mental health balance also. So what do you think about that? And that's why I was asking about Joyce specifically.
Yeah. So when it comes to a kid like that loves the gym, you gotta find them a happy medium, right? And the reason why you gotta find them, you don't want them to get burnt out, right? Because now you don't have no juices for practice. Like that burn, that sensation of like, man, I just enjoy coming to practice because I know I'm gonna get this scared, this work or this or that. Like you lose that as your happiness goes away because you're in the gym so much, right? And it happens a lot where like I'm gonna take this back to AAU, right? A kid might pop 8th grade to freshman year to about mid sophomore year, and then they get to AAU, they sophomore year, and you don't really see no progression. And you don't see no progression because they've been in the gym so much and played so many games that it's fatiguing them to like they don't. What's the next for them? Because they've been there so much, and it's like, man, if you got to step back to miss something to have the joy and the passion to want to get better. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times people don't understand. People don't know that.
You could also just like on yourself too, though. Trying to be a perfectionist, just go with the flow.
But see,
Joyce.
But see, that's what happens when you come in the game, right? When she comes in the game, she gets to thinking. The game hasn't slowed down because she's been in so much of the gym. It's like, all right, listen, how about you step out the gym and just watch more film? You could get better with just watching more film than you would be getting these extra reps. Like, that's a logical game that people don't realize. Like, man, sometimes, like, hey, listen, you think Kobe got better because he was in the gym? Kobe got better because he started watching more film and started studying tactics and started studying this. So now when I went to the gym, instead of me being in the gym for 4 to 5 hours, I could be in the gym for 1 hour and 30, and I can max out my effort in this 1 hour and 30 minutes and get everything I need to get done. And so when you're saying she's been in the gym too much, it's probably because she's spending 7 to 8 hours in the gym. So that tells me one thing about this. How much time are you spending in other areas, right? Because it goes back to, I say about classwork and all that, the extracurricular stuff, right? This is what it shows right here.
So yeah,
you get better.
My thing is, I'm not worried, Malik. I'm not worried about no Gamecocks. What I'm talking about from Joyce is just a healthy standpoint, a healthy balance, right? Like I don't want her always. Joyce gets on herself hard. They all said it. They was like, man, Joyce gets on herself really hard. And so I've seen players where it's like, I got to be perfect. 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 And that can break you down at some point. I don't want that for her. Mental health is real, right? Like,
it's a real. Listen, it's a real thing. And a lot of times, a kid like Joyce, it ain't even gonna be a coach. Reason why she's gonna spiral down, it's gonna be herself because she know how much work she's put in the gym because she's there so much. But it's why
am I not seeing the improvement? Why are we not better? And I don't want her to get to that. I want her to have a healthy balance.
If you just step back, like I said, if she just step back and just watch film, she will cut down a lot of her mistakes and a lot of her thinking just based off of that. Because you go to the gym to work on a skill set, right? To get better at a skill set, whatever that may be. But does that skill set translate to a game when it gets to a game matter? So now the skill set that you're working on, how does that translate to a game? That's always the question I ask any player. If you go into the gym and you go shooting, how does that help your skill set in the game? If you shoot step back, and I say this because if you shoot step back threes, are you gonna be able to get that shot off in the game? If not, you're just wasting time in the gym.
Oh yeah.
If your shooting release is slow and you're not working to speed up your shooting release, and your coach is not, how are you gonna get off of the game? So everything that you're doing is counterproductive. So now let's step back. Let's watch the film of somebody that probably similar has the same shooting release or some type of skill set of what you're trying to do. And let's see what they did and executed. And let's take a piece of that with a little bit of piece of you. And let's mix this together and see what we can do that might make you 20% better just based upon you just watch film and understand, hey, if I just do that, that's what's going to make me successful. And I can just focus on that. When you go to the gym, you start focusing on all these things, you're not going to get better. You're just going to become an average player. Own in on what your skill set is first and then grow from that. And that's what Joyce needs to do.
And let me say this about Chloe. When you say that Chloe is older, how much older? Chloe is 1 year older than Joyce in years and eligibility. Like, let's keep in mind that as far as age and real basketball years, Chloe's a sophomore, not a junior. She came early, so age wise, they about the same. Joyce is is super mature for her years, and people make the assumption all the time. Oh, she's young, she'll be fine. You don't have to make that assumption. Make sure that she has the tools and the resources to be balanced. Don't make that assumption. Oh, she just young, hungry as fuck. She'll be cool. Make sure she got the tools and the resources so that she is cool. That's what I'm saying.
Now,
I got
here's
to
what
believe. I saw it.
here's what I'll
Yeah,
say to
Joyce
you.
needs a hobby. And when you see other dogs on the team saying, "Yo, she need to take a step back. She need to do something different." You got to look at that. Like these is dogs that's winning one national championships. When they
I,
saying, "Hey man, she doing a little too much hoop," I look at that because they champions. They in the same in the same trenches with her. So when they say it, it made my eyebrow raise. Like, well, damn, Dawn, you said it. Sanaya said it. Raven has said it. Everybody saying how hard she is on her. So I want to make sure that she got the tools and the resources to be that.
but my thing of it is this though.
Experience is a good teacher, but so are tools and resources.
Here's what I'll say to you, Sis. That's really falling on assistant coaches more than it falls on Don. What the hell are you doing as an assistant coach? If you see a kid working that hard, why have you put that kid and say, "Hey, listen, I know what you're doing, but I need you to do this just so you could be a better player and your mind's more refreshed." Like, where is that coach at on the bench?
Yeah,
That's what you should be. That's really what you should be questioning more than Joyce is. Damn, we got these assistant coaches, but damn, are y'all doing y'all job to make sure? Hey, let's go this back. But my second point to that is, her dad's been training her for so long that she's doing the same regimen. Where is another trainer? Because, like I always tell people, have two trainers, right? One trainer is going to tell you to train this way, and another trainer is going to train. It's going to help your overall game, so you're not doing repetitive stuff and you're not hearing the same voice. Because guess what happens when you hear the same voice? It gets repetitive. You start pulling stuff out.
We see it in boxing all the time. Roy, when his father is as far as his father could take him, and then he had to fire him. Zab had to fire his dad. Right. At some point, you have to hear a different. You got to hear a different. You have to hear a different voice. I get that part. All I'm just saying is, I know that we take care of the whole kid. I saw that, and I wanted to ask about it. I'm not worried about Joyce. I think that Joyce will make great decisions. I just want to make sure that she knows the tools and the resources that are out there for her. It don't have nothing to do with Gottlieb or none of that.
So peep this. So what's her major?
She wants to be a environmental lawyer, so she created a major. So she's a 5.4 GPA student, carrying a hell of an academic schedule. Like she's in the honors program.
All right, so
right.
peep this.
So South Carolina, they had to create her major for her to be able to be who she wants to be.
All right, so peep this, right? If I'm done right now, I'm making her take an internship to get away from basketball. Like, and listen, it's just that simple, right? But assistant coaches, if I can just think about that right off the top of my dome, assistant coach, what are we doing?
Exactly. And the part that y'all talking about that Joyce is fine is not the part that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the internal pressure that she puts on herself that all of her teammates were talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about how that type of pressure can break you down. That's the part that I'm talking about.
All right, listen, it's not all right. So Michelle, it's not about her dad taking a step back. Is they need to add another trainer so his voice does not get tuned out. Because yes, he got her to this point, but you might need somebody else to unleash something that's unlocked, something that's in her that has not been unlocked. That's the part that we don't that's the part that people don't get. It's not her father. Her father can keep doing the same exact thing, but she just needs she just needs another trainer that can unlock her game to another level. Plus, what she's doing with her father, and she'll be fine.
You know who talked about that? Serena Williams talked about that. I saw Serena talk about that in her documentary. She talked about how I think she was in Italy, and she ended up having to go practice at a facility that she didn't normally practice at. And she asked dude like, "Yo, what do you see?" This is how she ended up with that coach. Man, what do you see? And he told her some stuff and talked to her in a way that and gave her some stuff that her dad had been trying to tell her that she just couldn't hear from him. Right, that unlocked her game to be able to go to the next level. So it hurts. Yeah, pressure bust pipes. Protect our mental at all costs. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, sports psychologists, they have therapists and stuff around the team.
Man,
But yeah,
that's every team has a
like I needed a different
everybody.
voice besides my dad.
Hey, listen, every team has a somebody that's quote unquote a sports psychologist on the team. Every team has it. And what y'all gotta understand is just because they're on the team don't mean that the players gonna open up to them. That's the thing that y'all don't like. Every team has it, but that does not mean that it's going to. Oh damn!
Advantage. Yep.
Breaking news. Remember I was saying about 23. She is from LSU. She just hit the portal. Don't worry about it.
Who hit the portal?
The big, the 6'5", the non-mobile big that I was telling you about. Because I was like, I don't see why they brung in that. So yeah, she just hit the portal. Yeah, it's you know what I'm saying. I just got the text, so. Delaro or whatever her name is.
Del Rosario.
Yeah, she just hit the portal. Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm not worried about Joyce. What I want to make sure is that she knows the tools and resources that are available to her. That like it's not about being worried. It's about just knowing. Like he said, it's a psychologist on the team. Do you take advantage of that? I've heard all of those players talk about it. Asia talked about having to go talk to a therapist. Bree talked about it. Raven talked about it. So it happens. That's all.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is the therapist that might be on the team, you might not agree. Yes.
No.
The
one thing that Dawn said is she helps them find a therapist that they're comfortable with. It ain't like everybody got the same therapist.
No, what I'm saying is I'm saying schools have one available, but I'm saying the ones that's at the school that they provide for you might not be somebody that you want to open up a to and tell because you don't know who they talking to. You know what I'm saying? If you go to an independent therapist, that's between you and an independent therapist. They really not sharing that information back with a head coach. If you got somebody at the school, they gonna share that information because who they get that paycheck from? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it could be one of them situations where kids struggling because they going through some stuff with their boyfriend or girlfriend, and or they got some stuff going on back home, and the bills.
I said before, it's stuff going on. It's not basketball. She'd have said it in a press conference before. Like it's not basketball stuff that got to be dealt with. Like real life goes on. Like they said, they are more than just basketball players. Basketball is just one part of their life.
I listen. A lot of times when these players going through.
I'm sorry, Emily. That's right. Dang it, Rob. Here you go, messing up. Wait a minute. Where is it at? Where? ADR to the portal. I don't know where she end up at. I don't know where end up at. Where do y'all think ADR?
Does it really matter?
Emily for reminding me. What? If she want to go to the league, it matter.
UCLA starting point guard just hit the portal too.
What's her name?
Alisano? Yep.
Is that her?
Nah. Yep. She just hit the portal. Listen. Did I tell you that UCLA needs some guards? I told you they need some guards. Starting point guard just hit the portal. Out of there.
No, not Kiki
man,
Rice.
shake my hand.
Not Kiki Rice. What's the? I'm gonna tell you. Hold on.
What's her name? Number 7 or something like that. Yeah, they starting point guard. She just hit the portal. That's why I already knew she finna hit the portal when they started. The Mighty Mouse number 3. I knew she was out. The one she been starting all year for them. Yeah, man.
They 18 to 22-year-olds. They still trying to figure it out, and I want them to figure it out. You talking about Elena Arnasalo, the girl from Finland?
Yep.
No, you talking about out of there on the portal. No, Kiki is a starting shooting guard. Kiki wasn't playing point guard. Kiki was shooting guard.
I listen. I'm telling y'all, in this next 24, 48 hours is gonna be some real stuff happening. The chaos in college basketball for women's is about to heat up. And so y'all finna see some crazy nonsense stuff happening, some stuff that don't make sense happening, and it's just like what we do because it don't make logical sense for this girl to leave UCLA. It don't, but hey.
So what's happening? They got her leaving. That's what I want to know.
Man, hey, listen, it's the same thing happened at USC with the guards over there. Hey,
Where in the
what
heck
we doing?
where in the heck is she going? Man.
But honestly though, she could play on a lot of teams though, because she played the right way as a point guard. She trying to push the tempo. She ain't afraid to push that mug up a transition. She looking to come off a ball screen, get downhill, and create open shots. I don't know what else you want from a point guard. It's just she just don't fit UCLA system. That's what that's about. But it's a lot of things wrong with UCLA system. Don't get me started on that.
You said ADR to Baylor. And then as far as like Tessa boyfriend is in the transfer portal. I don't know that there's any problems in their relationship.
Hey, listen, man, before y'all start speculating people relationships, man, y'all better understand somebody mortgage needs to be paid. Somebody bills due, and that's just putting pressure on them kids. So they gotta make some decisions to go get some more money. And because some stuff due, some people on the line, on the hook.
Man, we gotta reset. We gotta resecure the bag.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all, that be the mental piece of the game. Is like you gotta understand is if I go to my coach and you know what I'm saying, we say we got, you know what I'm saying, $2 million in NIL money. I go to the coach and say, hey, mama bills due, grandma bills due, and I need a little extra funds. And she say, I can't give it to you because you ain't performing. Now what? Well, let me not say NIL, collective money, because this is a difference. Yeah. Collective money. Mm-hmm. So we got money over here sit on to the side to the collectors, right? But grandma, auntie, and mama bills due. And if we don't pay them bills, we finna get, you know what I'm saying, they might get evicted or something, or their house might go get foreclosed, right? What we gotta do? We gotta get in the portal to somebody that can give us the bag, because that coach ain't gonna give it to us. Because we know that what kind of money my daughter getting or my son getting, and I just want to create some more bills, and he or she want to create some more bills. So now how are we gonna pay off this debt? Cool. You ain't gonna give it to us, somebody else will. Don't worry about it.
We gotta go.
And that's what's happening. That's the thing when you talk about players not looking like they said at the end of the season and what might be going on. Hey, them bills coming due. That what coming on. That stress of them bills. Gotta feed the family.
Man, you start getting them alerts, that low balance alert on your phone. That low balance, that low balance hitting, man.
I listen. And listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all, and don't let the player be connected to like somebody in the hood that you know what I'm saying. Hey, we gotta you know what I'm saying, make sure the guy straight, you know what I'm saying, that's protecting the house.
Man, y'all don't know how it go. Y'all know how it go. I'm gonna talk to y'all for real. I mean, you know, I'm trying to flip it one time and give it back to you. What you want?
Yeah, one of them guys. Yeah.
You hear me?
Mr. Flipper.
Back, man, what you think? And then you know what? That be the pack that got lost, man. Man, that's the pack that got lost, man. Now you sick. Everybody's sick. Pack lost, money gone, everything. Now we got to fix it all now. Come on.
Hey, listen. Now we got to recall him back up because we need double the money to flip back that money that we just lost. Hey, listen.
I need a double flip back now. I need a 2-for-1 now. You understand?
We definitely need that 2-for-1 because we done lost the whole income tax check that you know what I'm saying? We weren't supposed to spend that money because you told us not to spend it, but hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? We might need to go to the gamble house or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know.
They call like, yo, yeah, we talking for real, Malik. We talking for real. Yeah, we here to talk. We want to have that real talk, man. Let's get it.
Listen, man,
y'all. Put it one time for me.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, Malik. Sometimes I get too real for them. They didn't know. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, listen, I just keep it to tell you what it is and why some of these kids hit the portal. I ain't heard the sugarcoat about why some of these kids hit the portal. It don't even really be about playing time, because it's like when you ask a kid that's leaving that's already starting what you transferring for, it don't make sense. It really don't. Only thing that makes sense in that situation is somebody bills are due, and they gotta go re-up. That's all that means. Like, I'm already starting. I'm already getting big time minutes, and now I gotta go get some more money to flip some money for you to have some money. Oh yeah, man, come on now.
Here we go. Come on. Yeah. Do you know how many refund checks getting flipped right now? Man, waiting on them to hit. Man, did it ding? Like listening for it like the Cash App hit. Okay, y'all don't want to talk. Let's talk for real though.
Listen, I listen, and they looking for somebody who ain't did their taxes because you know the taxes end April 15th. So they looking for that person who ain't did their taxes too. Oh yeah.
Man, claim my kids for me. You know how the conversations go. Y'all don't want to talk for real though. See, this is what I'm saying. Run the lights up. Let's go.
Hey man, y'all get me started. It's up. Let's get it. Listen, I'm here for all the talk. I'm gonna tell you the real what's going on behind the scenes about it. Listen, some players is getting bad advice too, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Some players getting bad advice. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always a case of players hitting the portal because
right here though.
I don't know. I ain't read it.
How about players that were registered that were promised a starting job when they first got to campus, but when the new recruit comes in and gets a starting job over them, even though it's even? It wasn't even then.
Listen. I got this. Let me. Hey, listen. Think about this logically. If you already on campus and you promise a starting job and a new recruit come in, if you and a new recruit is even, I might as well play the younger kid because I got more years with him. Come on now. If you, this is the problem. If you stop guaranteeing kids they gonna come in here and start, and you gotta earn it, you're gonna be in a better situation. Stop promising kids money. Stop promising playing time, because when you start promising them and they don't develop, guess what? You're looking for a way to get your money back. So what you gonna do? You gonna sit there butt on the bench. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I can tell you I'm gonna give you 100,000, but I ain't tell you when I'm gonna give you that 100,000. So I might give you.
Now you want to piece me off. 10,000 here, 5,000 here.
Man. Listen. I'm gonna do it based upon performance. If I feel like you ain't performing, I'm not paying you.
Man, I thought I was getting 50. I thought I was getting 50,000, and then you told me the 50,000 was the cop. Man, where's the cash, bro? I need the money part of this thing. Hold up, what you mean that was part of the car is part of my 100,000? Nah, man, take the car back. I need the cash.
But listen, it ain't about loyalty, because guess what? You did one of these shake my hand agreements, and that's on you. You did one of them shake my hand agreements. That's on you, because you ain't put nothing in writing. So if it ain't in writing, what does it mean? So does a coach really got to be loyal to you? Be real. A coach really does not have to be loyal. Once you do one of these, and we got to understand it, it's a wrap for you. Whatever I sold you on is what I sold you on. That don't mean I got to give you more, or I don't got to give you less, because it ain't nothing in writing. Your handshaking, guess what? It ain't nothing documented, and that's where you got to get right. Let's start documenting stuff.
Well, y'all heard it here. Got it. So I mean, so the thing is, hey coach, put that in writing for me. Yeah, before we shake hands.
I tell all my players, you better get it in writing. It don't mean nothing unless it's in writing. You say you gonna give them 500,000? Okay. So when we get that 500,000? I know you said 500,000, but when we get that 500,000?
Not only do you want it in writing, but you also want a payment schedule. How will the payments hit? How are you getting paid?
You definitely better read. MJ, you definitely better read that fine print. Cause listen, if I tell you I'm gonna give you 500,000, but I put a 365 deal up in that thing that you ain't read that fine print, guess what? You gonna owe me that money back anyway. So
the most important person to have on your side first is a lawyer. Is that it? To read all the fine print?
I wouldn't say a lawyer, but you better somebody that can understand fine print. That's what you need. Somebody that can understand. Listen, especially when you talking about like an NIL deal. When it's an NIL deal, yeah, you better get some type of legal advisor in that situation. Yeah, you definitely. When you talking about collectors is collectors. Whatever you agree upon, what you agree upon. You know what I'm saying? You can put that in writing, but if you put that in writing, listen, you got to know, listen, when am I getting this? When I'm getting this money? Because I can tell you 500,000 all you want. You might just get 50 of it. Because if I don't like the way you practice,
how does that payment turn into a loan, MJ? Hold on, what y'all talking about? a loan, Rob.
Yeah. No. It turns into a loan. It's because the fine print. Hey, I'm gonna give you 500,000 right now, but I'm gonna put a 300. I'm gonna put a 365 deal up in there, right? So everything that you get back, I'm getting back that plus more. I'll get a percentage of every dollar that you make when you go professional. So I got my 500,000 back. Plus, I'm getting
forever, ever. For how
for
long?
20%. Whatever the contract says. If I lock you in for 20 years, as long as you making money, I get 20% of that thing.
The fine print be the most straightforward part of the contract. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah. ADR was leaving before she even got there. That just wanna she did. She was already going for the. I couldn't tell you that, but I had to wait. I like to let news, happen out in the public world before I break it because I be knowing some things. I just don't like,
What about Anthony's comment here about these collectives have shady people in them that take advantage of the kids and make them sign contracts they don't understand?
Well, Mr. Anthony, this has been happening for a long period of time. It's just public knowledge now. That's all. This has been happening for a long time. It just went from, brown paper bags to envelopes to now shaking my hand. It's been happening. But here's the problem. When you're not educated on financial literacy and the background of the business of sports, these are the type of things that happen. But you can't really. Here's the thing that I tell people. It's hard to blame a lot of people when you don't know what people's financial situations are. If you got a talented kid and you've been living poverty all your life, if somebody throw you 250 to 500,000, you don't give a damn what's in that contract. You just know you finna get this money and you finna get out the hood. Not knowing that, hey, you might have signed something that you shouldn't have signed. But those are the things that happen. And so that's why I say, like, you don't know what the people with, like, the kids that come from parents with money, those deals don't likely happen. Kids that come from places where they didn't have money and this was their way out, and this is a way for their family to get out, or their family say, hey, for my kid to come there, I need a house, a car. Man, I need 2 cars, right? I need a car for my kid, I need a car for me, and I need a car for my husband. So I might need 3 of them things, plus a house, plus where my kid gonna stay at. Like, there's a lot of things that play into this when you talk about recruiting your kid now.
You got to understand, the parents is right there too. If they hand out too, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Where I'm gonna stay? Where I'm gonna stay when I come see my kid play? How I'm gonna get here to see my kid play? Y'all playing all over the country. How I'm gonna get there? Me and my kids and Granny gotta come.
Hey, think about it like this. If your kid, say your kid's been around you and they not used to being in uncomfortable environments, and your kid needs to stay close to you, well, you gotta uplift wherever you at to wherever that place is. So now that plays a part in, hey, who can give me the best house to whatever school we go to? Where can I get the best cars at? And who gonna give me the most money? So not only I got this house or car, but I actually got a little extra bag that I can put away. My kid got some money, right? If you don't try to take majority from your kid, hopefully you do right by your kid, because sometimes that don't happen. Or is that kid? And just think about it. What if that kid's not with his original parents, and it's a guardian of that kid? Well, the guardian of that kid getting all that money, so the kid ain't getting none of that money. So now the kid got going to the portal just to re-up so they can get their shirt, because now they didn't pay back their guardian who been taking care of them for whatever percentage they feel like they get owed.
So now the AAU coaches is in the coaches' pockets. That's how they creating the pipelines. Every AAU coach ain't the best advice. They be in a lot of these coaches' pockets.
Whoa. AAU was the reason why this all started. AAU coaches is the reason why all this all started. Like when the briefcase man came, when the brown paper bag man came, when the white envelope man came, That money was going to the AAU coach to influence kids where to go. That's what it started from. Then the shoe company started to bag it up, and because the scandal, because it got opened publicly, and some people had to do some fair time. Now, we might as well just start paying players because now we didn't got caught. Now we can't do nothing behind the scenes, underneath the table. We might as well make it public. That's how the whole NIL thing started. So now they was like, well, now you got to get an agent. So now the money can't go to the AAU coach. Now you got to get an agent. So now you got the AAU coach and the agent bumping heads because the AAU coach might still have an agreement with the school, but then the representative got a different agreement with a different school. So now they bumping heads.
So I see this question. Okay, I see the question about the money. So at the schools, how much do the facilities and all of that really factor into where a kid could go? Because Anthony's like, why go to Tuscaloosa when you can go to a bigger city? Does the following of the school, does the success of the school, does all of that still factor into where they go?
That don't matter no more. Facilities.
So then, why still go to Tuscaloosa?
I say this. Facilities matter.
We're talking football from that standpoint.
Okay, yes. For football standpoint, facilities matter. Like, yeah, you want to go to the SEC because you're more than likely know if you go to SEC school, if you transfer to SEC school, somebody finna give you a bag, right? Because you got the name and quote unquote stature. You come from the best conference, so people are gonna pay you, right? Any sports outside of football, it don't matter because you're gonna get this. You're gonna get the same amount no matter what. So it only matters for football in that standpoint.
Okay. All right. Well,
listen, facilities, but also the thing about it is like in the football realm, though, you also got to think about it. You want to go to a school that's hot, especially with revenue sharing, because it's more money to be distributed. So basketball facilities, like the schools that used to suck facility wise, they step their game up. Everybody's pretty much, for the most part, got the same looking facilities on basketball compared to football. Football, there's levels to facilities now. It's flat out levels to that. But in basketball, everybody's facilities kind of look almost damn near similar. So it doesn't change the fact of anything.
So tell me the elite football facility schools. Is it Colorado?
No, Colorado's not in there. So you got Ohio State, you got Michigan, Alabama, Georgia, Texas A&M. Clemson has one of them. It's certain ones. But yeah, mainly all the SEC schools for the most part have top facilities. And then when you go to the Big Ten, UCLA is good. Oregon is up there. USC is terrible.
South Carolina is in the SEC. So would you say that they have an elite football facility?
It's up there, but I wouldn't say it's elite. It's in that second tier because there's tiers to it. USC does not have not in football. They do not have no elite facility. No, there is. It's terrible. No.
Okay. Florida,
but Oregon got different type of money because they got the Nike money, so they're going to have top facility. Yeah, well, yeah. SC is not elite in football. No. Florida does not have top facilities. I got kids that go to the University of Florida that play football there. They don't have top facilities like that. Now they do have their training room is not, but their actual locker room is. Like some people have great locker room, but the training it's certain things. Now, when you want to talk about training facilities, Colorado has one of the top training facilities. And they got one of those. There's elite. And their chefs up there cooking wise is but
okay. So I see this question as a football fan. Do you find it hilarious and hypocritical from Saban and Sweeney complaining about NIL when they've been playing players under the table for decades? Yeah, make that make sense. Like they oh, this NIL is making things crazy, but if you've been playing players, why is it crazy now? Because everybody gets paid players or what?
Oh no, it's crazy because you can't do big bank take little bank no more because it's even across the board. They don't want it to be even. They want it to be where they can stack as many high caliber. Like if I can keep stacking five-star players at every spot. If I take out somebody, it's a 5-star. If I take out somebody, it's a 5-star. If I take out somebody, it's a 5-star. If I can go five deep and it's 5 stars, 5 deep, you can't do nothing because now I can beat you just because I don't have to game plan. I don't have to work as hard. Now I actually tremendously have to work because now a kid's telling me if I don't play, I could just transfer out. And somebody else is going to pay me. So now that it's even across the board as far as the money go of other schools having money and you're not the only person, what are we doing? So now you gotta really show you can coach. And that's what a lot of coaches don't want to do. That's why a lot of coaches are getting out the game because now the biggest flaw is being shown. You ain't really who you say you are. It's because you had talent, you've been getting off with it. But now that the talent's equal, now you can't get over the hump. So what are we doing?
Okay, can we take it back to basketball for a minute? Let's go back to women's basketball, right? my question is it possible for a player, because okay, we know that not everybody is going to go pro, right? Some of these players are just going to be good college players.
Well, I'm not going to say pro because a lot of these kids do go overseas and play more than what people know. So I can't say they won't go pro. They just don't go to the W. Let's say that. They don't go to the W.
But are there some kids? There's some kids who are playing on these teams that when the last buzzer sounds on their last college game, they won't play basketball again until they get to the YMCA, right? For whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
How much money can a player like that make in college? $1 million?
Hold on, say that again.
So I don't have a chance of going pro, but I'm a solid D1 player. How much money can they make in college? Like I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be a rapper. Whatever. Their plan isn't to go pro, right? But they can. What kind of I guess nest egg can you come out of college with? Not going pro, but being a D1 athlete is what I'm trying to understand.
I mean, a solid D1 athlete, just above average, depending on the program you at, anywhere between 350,000 and 750,000.
And that's so you coming up 350, 700,000. No debt, and you had a good time in college.
Yeah, so the good players will make $1 million. Great players will make anywhere from 1.5 to 300 mil. I mean, I said 300 mil, 3 mil. So 1.5 to 3 mil is what a great player make. A good player is going to max out to about 1 mil. And then like above average player, it's going to range from 350 to 750. It all depends on what school you're at. That's all.
And that's female basketball players, right? We talking about.
I mean, that's female and male. That's just across the board. That's just that's
okay. No, because what I was gonna ask was, would a football player have an opportunity to make a little bit more than that? Right?
They're definitely see, theirs is based upon position and star power. So with revenue sharing, it's the all position. So like if you're a quarterback, you're gonna make more. If you're a running back, you're gonna make tremendously less. You're gonna be at the bottom of the talent pole. If you're a defensive end, left tackles and quarterbacks are going to make around the same amount of equal money for the most part, depending on the program.
Why the running back ain't making no money? He the one running into the pack all day. He the one getting knocked around and threw on the ground. Why the running backs ain't making no money?
Because they're just going to devalue them just like they do in the NFL. That's why.
Oh, okay. They think they're a dime a dozen. Okay.
Everything is attributed on effect from NFL. So you got to go based upon NFL numbers. That's tremendous how college players are going to be played. Now you're going to have some one-offs, right? You're going to have some star running backs that's going to get more than what they did across the board. But equal wise, it's the running backs, tight ends, linebackers are going to be at the bottom with the specialists. Your corners, wide receivers, they're going to be in the same realm. Your quarterbacks, left tackles, defensive ends are going to be in the same realms. Your interior linemen, so your inside linemen, your inside defensive linemen are going to be in the same page. And then your safeties are going to be somewhere in the middle. That's just how it breaks down.
Got it. So it's position. It's a little bit more
It's,
complicated on
it's
the
a little
football
bit more
side.
complicated on the football side.
I'm gonna stay over here. I'm gonna stay
Yeah,
over here in the
yeah,
basketball world.
yeah.
So do you see?
It's easy break. It's an easy breakdown for football because across the board, they already got a system broke down of how it's going to get paid out. But for basketball, it's a complete difference. Yeah.
So let me stick in basketball and women's game, and let's look at UCLA, right? UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
So would Lauren Betts get more before the revenue sharing? Would she have more shot at more money than like a London Jones because of her size and the
Well,
minutes that she played? Or
whatever Lauren has made, I mean, Lauren is probably 3 times or 4 times made more than London right now. Once she gets a revenue share, the revenue share piece is going to be kind of similar. They're going to be kind of close to money outside of the NILs. They're going to be close to money.
Okay.
Just because it depends on how much money they're pushing to that program. Let's say they push in. I'm gonna just use 2 mil, right, as a top end, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna say they just use 2 mil. Give me 1 second, and then you're gonna have to divide that into 15 roster spots.
Mm-hmm.
So that means everybody be making 130K if you broke down evenly. Now, give or take, somebody might push up to 250, which will take in off the back end, right? Because you might not give your last person on your bench 130K. You might take about 30 to 50K, right? Right. So then you just dividing the bottom of the roster and just sprinkling it up to the top. But on the average, it's gonna come out to about 130K. So if you take 2 mil divided by the 15 people on the roster, that's if your school's gonna get them 2 mil, right? Just think about if they might give them 1 mil. Now you cut that number in half. So now instead of them getting about 130, they get about like 80, about 75.
They get about 65. They get about 65.
Yeah, somewhere in there. 65, 75K.
But here's the thing. For me, a person who, to me, to be able to go to school, get your education, play basketball, and then still leave with 65,000 a year. I mean,
You're not leaving with that. You're not leaving with that money. That's the thing.
Why you not? Bro, you can't leave with that money.
Well, I'm gonna say this: your first 2 years, you probably that 150K that you made your first 2 years, you probably won't have it.
Okay, so now, and it's interesting that you say that because Dawn told people when she said people say they want their money, she told them go get your money and put it up, compound it. So, what are you spending your money on if they gave you the card and and I know you said Granny never called it, but Granny, you got to let me make it first, honey.
They don't give a damn.
You gotta let me make it
Christmas,
first.
Hey, listen, Christmas due, birthday due. Don't let it be a special holiday where the family get together. All that's due because you paying for all that. Ain't nobody else paying. You paying for it. You paying for all that. And don't let mama really need some. You paying for that too.
We talking about the kids that's not coming from money, right?
Yeah, listen, it sounds good. It sounds good at like you getting revenue share and what they should have. It sounds good, right? Mm-hmm. Until because you got to think about it. A lot of these players got agents. You still got to pay the agent fee. So out of that 150, 20% of that's going just off your rep. Okay. So you got 20% of that going off your rep, right? So you just minus 20% of that right there off the rep. Okay. So then by the time you give mom and them some money, you give granny some money and all them, hope no emergency happen, you might have half of that. So that 150, you might have 75 of that.
Wait a minute. Come on, Granny. Wait a minute. Come on now. We was doing fine. Before I got this check, remember you was making rent okay, Granny. I got to give up 75. Come on, make it make sense. Come on, talk to me. Come on. I don't think people understand for real. I don't think people understand. You can't tell Granny no. When Granny call, you can't tell Granny no, Michelle. You ain't gonna be able to tell. Baby,
but listen to that.
Baby, it's Granny. You can't tell Granny no.
After all that, I still ain't even got to the taxes part of it.
Yeah, come on. Let's keep going.
I still ain't even got to that part of it. So
I mean, you got to take the taxes off the top, right? They gonna take that. They gonna take.
No, they ain't gonna take. No, they gonna take that off the back end. They ain't gonna take it off the front end. They gonna take that off the back end.
But they want about a third. They want about a third of it though, right?
Yeah. So you talk about the 20%, and then you take about a third of that. Hey, you gonna listen? That 150 that you just got, yeah. So listen. So this is why this is what I'm saying. When you get that money, first you put a percentage over that up, right? Because you know you're gonna get taxed for it. You better start trying to find a foundation to donate some money so you can get the less taxes come off of that thing.
Well, hold on. See, now here we talking. Let's talk now, Rob. See, now I want to talk because see, how come I didn't have my money going to trust in the first place? Why didn't I set up a trust that's paying for me that's paying some bills? Where's my nonprofit stuff set up? Come on, let's talk.
Hey, listen. You don't know a lot of people's financial situations until you start getting money. Then you start to know everybody's financial situation. So it's easy to say, hey, get this money, put it up.
The reason I'm asking you this question is because you said something earlier that I don't think people keyed in on, and that was the financial literacy piece of this, right? Yeah. How you take your money, how you store your money, where you put your money. All of those things matter to how your money compounds or whether it's there for you when you need it on a rainy day. And who's guiding you on all of that, right?
Yeah, but here's what I would tell anybody. If you had a kid that's in college that's making some bread, go get you liquid assets. Go get you some liquids, assets. Because guess what? As them liquid assets compound, you're gonna always have money. You can sell that off, go get something else. Just saying.
No. Hey, wait. Let me say this. Las Vegas Gamecock, we're not saying that every kid's family is like got their hand out. That's not what we're saying. But what we are saying is there's a big group of these kids who they don't have no money in the first place.
It's a larger number of kids than you realize.
These parents been getting up, paying for them to go to AAU and driving them to AAU with the conversation on the way. When you make it, we're gonna be okay. This is the plan. You are the plan.
Let me piggyback to you. It's not always the direct family that's asking for money. That's what y'all don't realize. It's not the direct family.
Come on.
It's always that long lost cousin that find it. Oh, hey, cousin, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Mr. or Mrs. Flipper.
Remember me, Little Lucky? Remember me, Little Lucky?
I listen, y'all gotta think about it. Don't let you go to a high school that's popping. Oh, we need you to donate some money back for the program. You know, we need some new jerseys and stuff for the year. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we love you. Hey, y'all think it's the family when it's really more than just the family of people trying to get you to give back. Because guess what? Some of these coaches don't have the right attention when your kid go to college. They trying to get it credit back. Hey, listen, I'm gonna say your kid like no other, but I need you to make an investment back into the program. So y'all don't just limit just a family, because you know, hey, nephew just popped up out the weeds. That you know what I'm saying? You know, he just got out of jail. You can't help him out with a couple dollars. Hey, come on, man, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? You can't help him. You can't help finance him get an apartment or something like that. You know you're over there struggling. I don't want to see him. You know, like,
hey, do you know look, ring. Hey, cuz I got this investment, cuz it's only gonna take like 20,000. We finna flip that and be back. We gonna start this business. We up, cuz we finna start this restaurant. We finna hang up. Hang up. Yeah. The Hood Financial Advisor. Do most universities have a financial advisor come speak with the students? No, I don't think so.
No, they don't. They don't have nobody. They don't have nobody that's in the. Now, I'm not gonna speak for every program, because the programs that I talk about actually have somebody on staff, and they put in place where you have to put up so much percentage of your money. You have to open up, like, so I'm gonna speak upon Coach Prime, because that's what I do know. All his players, he didn't make them start a bank account. He made them start a trust fund. He didn't have them set up certain way to give back, so they're not getting taxed on taxes. And there's a lot of things that there's a lot of things that he's done for the program to make sure that his kids are set. Like when they leave Colorado, no matter who you are, you got some bread. You know what I'm saying? But not every program is ran like that.
Here's the thing about Dion. Remember that Dion has a meeting. He has a call out in and I don't know if it's in every practice or how many practices where he say, "Who got something on the way?"
Yeah, he always has that.
Who got something on the way? Meaning, who got a baby on the way? And first of all, he tells them that to take pride in that. But then I believe the video that I watched at the end, I think every one of those young men had a bank account that was open for not for them, for their kid that was on the way. That had, I think it started off with like $2,000 in it or something, right? That's put away.
It started with 2,000, and then Coach Prime matched to 2,000. So whatever the bank started them out with and gave them, he matched it. So it ain't just him just talking the talk. He walking the walk too. So he took a percentage of his money that he's earned rightfully and gave it back to his program. So not every program is doing that. It's because not every program cares about the kids.
Real quick, I wanted to say this too. The other part of that is that he took the stigma off of it. He took the shame away from being a young father, right? Yeah. And put some pride back into it. Dawn she doesn't do a who got something on the way meeting because we that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that she takes those type of steps when they talk about making them better women off the court. She does those type of things, right? To empower them to be able to be in control, not just of their basketball career, but their life. Man, they've been slandering with Dawn's name on these social media platforms. Some about she can't coach. That's why Strong couldn't come to SC. Also seen someone say she couldn't go back to back. I mean, they've been saying all of that. I see they said something about us being under investigation about some calls at the Duke game. I haven't been able to get into that yet, but I seen people messaging me about it. We'll see. The slander gonna come. The slander is gonna come, but Dawn gonna be who she is.
Man, they just mad, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. They just mad. You know what I'm saying?
But I really wanted to. I want to go back to and I saw somebody say that not every parent is asking their kids for money. I get that part. That's not what. That's not what I was saying.
But here's the thing that a lot of y'all don't realize. I keep saying y'all don't realize. The family don't gotta ask for things, but the person is representing the player don't mean they ain't asking. I'm gonna say that again. I'm talking
about the family.
Listen. I'm gonna say this for the people in the back. Just because the family is not asking for money, don't think that the person that's representing the player is not asking for money. Because you don't know who that representative is. And that representative is the one that's gonna be like, hey, listen, if you give me this bread, we're gonna invest it and we're gonna do this.
Who's the NBA player whose uncle does everything? Who's the NBA player who uncle does everything? Is that Kawhi?
Yeah, Kawhi uncle does some. It's Shea represented himself and had his mom, and some players that got their mama representing them.
I mean, yeah, Lamar does. So, is it better to have a family member? Is there an easy answer to that, or does it depend on your situation and who you have around you?
Man, listen, it depends on your situation. To be honest with you, like you can have your because you got to think about it. Does your family really have the best interest for you? Because they trying to build something in the contract for them too. Like everybody, like you ain't just making a contract just to build for the player. You trying to get some. You got to get some financial gain out of it too, some way, somehow. So when you breaking this down, what does that look like? So if my uncle negotiated my deal to be on TV on ESPN, you think he ain't trying to get a percentage every time I show up to that thing? Yeah, he gonna try to get him a cut. He getting that built into the contract. Hey, every time he show up, I get 10% every time he show up. So I can give him on any periods you want. I get 10% of that.
So let's talk about that. Is that fair?
It's just the price you got to pay. But I say this: if you're going to represent and your representation is putting you in line for bigger opportunities at NIL money, you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Now, what you got to understand percentages of what you're getting paid off of, how much taxes you got to pay from that money, and how much percentage goes to them. Now, if you're taking it as a rep, you're telling them, hey, 30%. No, that's you're getting off on somebody. But if you're talking, hey, it's gonna cost me anywhere between 5 to 10%. That's the cost of doing business.
Okay. I think you old enough to know who MC Hammer is, right?
Yeah.
You know Hammer? Hammer? Okay. Let's talk Hammer for just 1 second in this round, right? Two things about Hammer. Number one, MC Hammer probably was the best brand marketing person, the best brand builder that I've ever seen. MC Hammer had all of the deals that rappers right now would kill for. Pepsi, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, cartoons, movies. He was falling out the sky, all of that. But he also tried to take care of the whole hood, the
Mm-hmm.
entire hood. Uh, what's the balance there? Like, where do you cut that off at? Where, you know what I mean? Because to me, these
And
kids could be headed into the same situation, and that's what it sounds like you talking about.
that's hey, listen,
Um,
that's the hardest. That's the hardest part. Uncle Luke did the same thing in Miami. Uncle Luke did the same thing.
what's the balance? Is it first? Is it first cousins? Is it second cousins? Do you cut it off at that third, that fourth? Is
It-
it that once removed? Like, at what point? You know what I mean? Like, you can't take care of everybody. You can't take care of everybody.
but that's the lesson that you have to learn. It's like when you get once you get to a certain stature in life when it comes to money and stuff, we always want to give back, but it's like, damn, at what point do we have to cut it off to where like, all right, enough's enough of this? You know what I'm saying? Because the more the bigger you open the door, the more people gonna walk in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, like your goal might be like, man, listen, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna do this for the hood to get everybody out of here. But can't help everybody. I don't know what that line looks like, right? Because it's just case by case in that situation.
So, okay, and what's up, Jeffrey? I seen you ask about the men's game. I'm probably going Florida, even though I don't know nothing about who they playing. I think I'm just going Florida because I won $3 on Florida. So here we go. When we talking about this, what is the best approach? What's the advice that you give to a kid then? Right? Like,
Hey, listen, don't let a
how
person.
do I figure out who to trust? What do I do with my money? Where do I get the answers? Is it the AAU coach? Is it my high school coach? I only know so
Well,
much. You know what I mean? So,
one, as an athlete, the first thing you want to tell them is never let somebody count your pockets. Because once people start counting your pockets, they try to make moves for you. And it might not be a move that you agree upon, but they try to make moves based upon that count and projecting how much money you can make. That's
mm-hmm,
most of the time how a lot of this stuff happens. So, right, that's the best advice you can give. But also, how mature is the young adult that you're dealing with?
mm-hmm,
If they don't have no maturity, whatever you're going to tell them, it ain't going to matter.
I got it.
Because guess what? I'm going to go get all these flashy chains. I'm going to go buy these cars. I'm going to go buy all the cars for all the dope dealers, make sure they straight. You know what I'm saying? So they can protect mama when I'm gone, protect the family while I'm gone. So I got to make sure they straight, right? And so sometimes you just don't know. It's what is you just a product of your environment. If you come
Where do
from
you seek the financial literacy from then?
the problem, what the problem is today though? I'll tell you this. When we came growing up, we had to learn about financial literacy in junior high school. Ain't none of that going on currently constructed. They're taking it out of school. They've been taking it out of school, but it's really going out of school. So like, I don't know what the true answer is in that situation outside of hosted class at every high school. Because when we grew up coming in junior high school, where we had to do home economics and financial literacy, a lot of these kids don't even know what that even look like. Like, oh man, I gotta wash my clothes, I gotta cook, I gotta do all this. I don't know what that look like.
Some
And
of these
so
kids can't write cursive to sign the check. So I don't know where we started.
that's what I'm saying. I would say it has to go back to starting back at the school level. It's got to go back
So high
there.
school.
Like not grade school. I'll say junior high, right? So because
Okay.
you'll be able to mentally process it. Like elementary school, I ain't probably gonna by the time you get to junior high, there should be some more maturity to understand, hey, this is what needs to happen. But it's a lot of this. It's like it's hard to happen at the school level because they couldn't school money, right? They can't have at school meetings with the teachers or anything because Trump couldn't all that. He didn't just swipe that thing go like he a ninja. Like, hey, y'all ain't getting none of that. So that's out the window. So it's like, where does the money come from to invest into the teachers so they can invest into the schools? That's the key. Because guess what? A lot of these kids can't afford to go to a private school. That way you can afford to go to a private school is if you got to have some type of athletic genes to make us say, hey, we need you to help us go win games to keep our school running. So we can keep getting these donation checks. That's it.
So I would ask you then, what is the proper approach for NIL? Am I when I picked the basketball up at 8, 9 years old and I'm getting the love for the game, do I need to be starting to think about NIL then? Am I playing the game to get to the NIL? Am I it's
Man,
so
listen,
many that these
I would say this. As a kid, it should be playing for development. That's what you should be doing, right? You're playing for development, just to develop to become a great player or a good player. Once you get to about your junior year is when you should really start focusing on what your market looks like of NIL, what makes sense for you, what kind of school would you like to be representing. Like there has to be some type of culture or some type of background of like, I don't think a lot of these kids they go to schools, they don't even match them personality wise with the coaches. Because that alone right there is already behind on trying to get NIL deals because the coaches ain't gonna be for you.
But are they ending up there because that was the most money offered?
Well, it's the most money that the representative wanted you to get. It's not saying that it was the best place for you to go, because it probably was a better place for you to go, but whoever's representing you, they got their head, right? They got them.
Okay, wait. So are you talking about having an agent when you getting ready to pick what college you go to?
A lot of these kids are represented by agents before they even get to college now. That's how they're making these decisions.
Okay, wait. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, educate me. Y'all bear with me because y'all may know this already. Me, okay, all the many years when I got ready to go to college, I sat down and thought about the schools I wanted to go to. I went and did visits at those schools that I was interested in, and then I made a decision. I was lucky enough to be able to make a decision based on actually touching down on the campus and being. When I touched down at Alabama State, I knew I wasn't going to any other school. When I got off the campus, when I got off the bus, I was like, oh, this is where I'm going. This feels like home for me. It matches.
Yeah.
That's not what's going on. See, to me, you got to start with what matches and then what gives you the best deal from there. Not where's the most money. That takes away from your college experience. So help me understand how this is working out then.
So basically, right, remember when I was telling you about there's NIL in states now, depending on the state you live on, if you have NIL, well, how are you getting this money if you don't have somebody that's representing you?
So are you telling me that there's kids that's packing up from one state and moving to another state because it's NIL at that state for high school?
Yeah.
They packing up and leaving their whole support system because it's NIL next door.
That's why
how much NIL in high school? 100,000, 200,000?
It all depends on who you are. There's some kids making $1 million. Before they even touched, they made $1 million. It was a player in Missouri. He's the number one player in the nation. Defensive end. Already had $1 million before he even walked into Mizzou. Right? Got his bag from Mizzou. Transfer. Now he's at Nebraska. So y'all just gave this man all this money in high school to commit to you, to come there for 1 year. Y'all give him a bag, and then he hit the portal after the season and he transferred to a different school. I'm not saying
Drew Rosenhaus is still out there representing people?
Yeah. He's still out there. Yeah, he's still out there. But so when you talk about, not every kid's out there making $1 million, but if you a top a top 10 player, and you're one of the big sports, you can get $1 million before you even touch
So
college.
I'm lying to kids when I tell them if you good, they'll find you. It don't matter where you go. If you good, they'll find you. That's a lie. You got to go someplace specific.
No, that's not a lie. I mean, that's the truth. If you're good enough, you gotta play against some competition now. Like you can't just be playing against some average Joe. But if you good enough and the coach sees something that translates to college, you got a skill set, they're gonna find you. It's
Okay, so now I got an agent. Sports don't even sound fun no more. Okay, so I got this agent in high school that's going to help.
It's really not.
It's a job.
Listen, the love of the game is being taken out of sports, right? And so that's why you see like, all right, so not only do you have an agent in high school, like you're getting paid. Like you would never get paid to go on an official visit. Kids are getting paid just to pull up to go to an official visit, just to come. So your agent got to be involved for you to get that bread. So a kid, hey, listen, a kid ain't even coming on a official. Like a kid used to just want to come on an official visit, just like, hey man, I pulled up to the school. I want to really check out the school for the school. Now it's a lot of these kids taking visits just to collect the money. And no, they ain't going there. Mama said we need to get this money because she got something to do. Or so said we need to get this money because we got this to do. And then the school gonna pay you another percentage if you commit within 48 hours while you're on campus. That don't mean you gotta sign there, but that's what they need just to make them look good so they don't get fired. Just so they can sell to the school that the money that we bring, that you know what I'm saying, the money that we spending on recruiting is working. So I gotta pay this kid to commit, and he might not sign with us, or he or she might not sign with us, but I gotta pay them to commit. So the X amount of dollars that I'm using on the private jet could be explained while I'm going to go visit other places. It's a dangerous game out here.
Question. Rob, now that we're talking potential millions to be had by players, are they buying insurance policies for themselves in case they get hurt? We heard about, I think it was Lloyd's of London insurance that Dion made players get.
All the Colorado players are under insurance, like, but that's the AD, and it depends on your school. Like at University of Colorado, like they got a great AD, so the AD partner was like, "Listen, everybody on the team gets insurance. He don't give a damn if you're the best player, the worst player. Everybody on the team has insurance, player insurance on them.
Everybody on the team, or every athlete at Colorado?
Every athlete in Colorado in general, but I was just using the football team. But
I wanted to put that out there that it ain't just the football team. Like the women, like they taking care of every one of the student athletes that they have, regardless of sport, regardless of playing time level, whatever.
Yeah. So everybody from that standpoint is taking care of it. Colorado. That's not happening at every university. And so when you see kids out there like bowl games or certain tournaments and stuff like that, it's because they got the risk of losing money and they don't have insurance if something happens to them. That's the main reason why a lot of kids opt out. So like the reason why Dion was able to have his full team pretty much like go in the bowl game was because of insurance. So there has to be some type of protection. Not every school is doing it. So like Dennis, if say for instance your school don't, now it becomes on the player and the representative. Like if you got a good representative, they're like, hey, listen, we gotta get insurance. So that's another bill that you finna pay. So
but that's a bill that totally makes sense, especially if I'm one of these 5-star athletes. To me, that's the after you get your lawyer or whatever, that's the next thing you get. Protect my legs, my arms, whatever it is that's making me 5-star. So I don't. So to me, it's a no-brainer that you have this the insurance. And then to me, I don't necessarily at a certain, especially with the WNBA, I don't necessarily understand the need for the agent because the deal is the same when you're a rookie, right? All of the rookies pretty much get the same deal. Why do you need an agent? Don't you just need to? I would rather just pay the lawyer to check the fine print for me than to have the agent getting something every time. But I guess you say the agent is also supposedly out here cutting other deals for him.
The agents out here cutting a lot of deals. They out here shaking a lot of hands and cutting a lot of deals. Now, whether you agree upon everything, that's a whole different other story. But they out here cutting deals.
Okay. And I see Anthony with the IMG Academy questions. I think we talked about IMG last week, I think, and they
Yeah,
do
we did.
recruit like college.
They call it really kids. They already live in dorms. They already like their whole schedule set up is for college. Like it's already college based. So hey,
so
shout
you
out to
saying
the
that they take new cats?
IMG yeah, hey, shout out to the IMG women's basketball program, the women's basketball program. They won the Geico National Championship. We got a Colorado kid on that team. And she was
Let's
busting
get it.
down threes. She was busting down threes on them and ones.
It's the same as back in the day. They were just paying people under the table, right?
Yeah,
I think to a
it's
certain extent, but then with this new branded thing, it's a little bit different. Like I don't know
well
if
the
the
only
hood.
so really the only difference is from back in the day to now is like it's out in front, it's legal, and it was illegal, and now the agents, instead of the agents fronting you the money, now somebody else is paying the money. That's the only difference. Because the agent was the one who was fronting. Yes, the UConn kid too. Yeah, she was with it too. Yeah.
Are you? What's a boldface lie? That if you good, they'll find you. Is that what you're saying? That's a lie. Because Brandon's brother was better than he was, but they didn't find him.
I listen. And also, I tell you, if you're good enough, they'll find you. The problem is you got to play somebody. Like you can't just be playing some scrubs and then hope that it's gonna come. But also, you do have to think about you're talking about like Brandon Roy's brother and what era was he in when we're talking about this? Because with social media, you can find a kid in 2.5 seconds with social media now. Like yeah, it's just there.
So when should a kid start building their social media profile?
It's really up to the parents on that part. Like because you got to ask yourself, do you want your kid to have a social media platform, right? And if you do, are you managing that profile, or are you allowing your kids to manage the profile? And if you allow your kids to run the profile, they're gonna get themselves in trouble, which is gonna cost them opportunities and scholarships. So those are the things that are risky business of not a lot of parents agree with. Bro, listen to the decade we're talking about. But
You talking about
not
MJ
every
in the 90s?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was way harder then, but because you actually have to go like the 90s and early 2000s, you actually have to go to camps for people to find you. Nowadays, you can find them like nothing. But back to the subject, hand when you look at everything, dang, I lost my train of thought because I was looking at MJ question. Says
I mean,
reshow me the question. I lost my train of thought. I was finna say something.
man, we was talking about IMG, and I was saying when is the correct time? When is the best time
Oh,
for a kid to start a social media? But and you were saying that it kind of depends on who's going to manage, and it could end
yeah,
up costing you. We were
yeah,
on that
so
train.
yeah. So it depends on who's managing the profile. Ideally, you want it after your freshman year. Ideally, that's what you want to start to do. That is after your freshman year. Is really start that program. Now, the problem is that not every parent is okay with the social media platform, right? Because it's a trackable base database, right? Everything that your kid do is tracked. Everything that you do is tracked, and so a lot of people lose a lot of scholarships based upon one or two factors, right? It's either it's either the parents or somebody associated with the parents, or it's the kid that brings the red flag of social media presence because they don't understand the values because they're like, well, I can make my story private and nobody's gonna find out. Well, they're gonna make it to us. You're gonna end up following somebody that's in the program under this fake profile that you believe that somebody else, and they're gonna see everything you do. So you making your thing private ain't gonna really help nothing because they're gonna find you. If somebody really want to know about you, they're gonna send one or two things at you, right? One, they're gonna look at and say, all right, what type of person, what type of people do they like? I'm gonna try to build a profile to around people that they like and try to see if they react, right? And then if they find something that you know that's attractive to that, they're gonna try to put that on there to like stuff, and they're gonna try to do different things to get your attention to
They're gonna
see.
try to engage you. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like that's their main job is to engage to see what it is and what it ain't. So that's what I would say to that standpoint. It's really come down to what makes sense for you and your team, right? Because you want to build a team because it takes a village, right? You want to start to build that village. You want to start to have that in place by the end of your freshman year. Once that starts to go, because now it's like, all right, hey, do we go to like after your freshman year? You want to take them to some camps just to see what other layers of competition look like. Take them to an elite camp, and then build from there. And really, what I tell people, freshman year of like AU is pretty much a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? I would rather you go to elite camps and understand what college coaches might be looking for in certain things of prototypical players, what they look for, versus you spending all this time to go play games and just use that in training and visiting colleges and doing that thing after your freshman year and playing in games because they're meaningful. A head coach is not about to sit there and watch a freshman AAU game. They're just not. I don't give a damn what you're talking about. Some kids just get offered just because they're doing a buddy hookup. Like, oh man, my buddy told me about you. Let me just throw you an offer just to say you got one. And now you got to wait to see what that kid gonna look like in 2 years. So it just be the buddy pass buddy hookup when it comes to scholarships. They not offering a freshman kid. Like, let's just be real.
So okay, let me. And the reason why I was asking about the social media is because they saying that they are recruiting kids as early as 6th grade,
They
7th
are.
grade, right? So when you're sitting down in these, or when your agent is sitting down to get you these NIL deals or these opportunities for you to make money, right? Is part of the conversation what social media platforms are you on? How many followers do you have on all of those platforms when you're trying to marry a kid to a brand? Because I talk about all the time. Angel Reese came into the WNBA and she had more followers than the entire league, right? And that to me is worth something, right? Because you're bringing something to the table, and you should be compensated for the followers that you're bringing to this relationship. So does that happen? Is that part of the conversation? If you know, I'm just wondering.
Yeah. So just think about it. The more Angel Reese is a good thing, right? To reference, right? Because now you're bringing her whole demographic of following to the WNBA. So now just anytime she play, her viewership is up. Like their viewership is going to be up just because what she's bringing, right?
Right.
If you take it a step back, let's go to college, right? To the college level, right? If Angel Reese comes in with 1 million followers, right? She's already increased her NIL money just alone by that because she already knows no matter what she does, any product she put out, they're buying it. And so what you're doing is just increasing your endorsement deals, endorsement revenue money. That's what you're doing. That's all. That's the biggest benefit from it.
So, and that's why I was wondering: is it better to start growing that followership in 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade?
Yeah, but you gotta have a brand, right? You gotta have a brand to go with it. It's easy to say start it, but if you don't know where to start from or you don't got no brand, it don't matter anything. It don't matter about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does Angel Reese has his following, right? Look at those things behind the why, right? Those are the things that you really get into and what you got to understand behind it. You have to have a why, right? And what is that why and how can you build off of that why? So if you're going with the wrong purpose of that why, you're not going to see the results. The thing with Angel Reese was consistent with her why. That's why she has that many subscribers. That's the reason why her brand is being able to blow up because consistency. And the biggest thing that people don't do is consistency. And so that's why you can't level up to a different level and get to that stardom because you don't have it. Like Big Foe blew up because, hey, one, she was a rapper, so she's bringing an artist from off her rap side for people that's watching her from rap, and then 2 from basketball. So you merge them 2 together, like, okay, hey, I'm going to root this kid because I understand the background of where she came from. She built her brand.
You heard from America's Got Talent. They ain't even listen to her rap. I remember her. She was on America's Got Talent, and they following her because of that. But great question. Isn't it in the agent's best interest to ensure that the player client maintains a good social media presence because the agent's money is also tied to that brand? right? So
yeah, I mean, but see, here's the thing: they can talk about it, but guess what? You can't scrub what's in the past.
no, no, no.
Like that's the part where like just as much as a college. So here's the thing: as is a college looking at a kid from 6 years old and above, like they got a pretty they know every kid that plays. They know how to like. There's always somebody watching the kid develop, right? So they always watching how parents interact over years, right? Just like when you go to the league go back to your high school to see how much of you matured and did all these things. There's somebody at every stage that's watching this and scrub your past to now. So what you do now, does it still reflect the same thing that they seen 2 years ago? That's what they're looking at. They're looking for growth. Do your parents do the same exact thing they've been doing since 2 years ago? Do they see growth? And so that's what helps them make decisions on what's a great character kid from a non-great character kid. That's all. The agent, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of times some agents promote bad stuff. They do. They promote it because they know what's sells. Like you got to understand the marketing of who your agent is. If you go to like a Drew Rosenhaus where he's had clients that get in trouble a lot, it doesn't bother him because he got lawyers. His lawyers are paid, so he know he can get you off of it. So that's not gonna matter to him because his image don't care about that. He Drew Rosenhaus. But if you go to somebody like Rock Nation or you go to Clutch Sports, your image matters. So we gonna make sure we scrub everything. Like, hey, listen, clean this up, do this, do that, change this, change that. So those things are gonna matter. So that's why I say it depends on who your agent is, depending on what they care about and what they don't care about. Because depending on who their other clients is, depends on how much what they care about.
Mikey is a good example. Who's Mikey? I don't know Mikey.
Mikey Williams.
Oh, Mikey Williams. Okay.
A talented kid that you ain't heard nothing about him because he didn't been in trouble. He didn't got off on some the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Man, just in the streets. Just got to stay out the streets, man. Stay away from. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Flipper. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from him, man, because now it's getting you to. Now you got out here doing stuff that you ain't supposed to do. So yeah, one of those.
Why do you say it doesn't matter the image of the player if it's Drew Rosenhaus? He has connections in the NFL with franchises.
Because he's had a lot of players in trouble in years and been able to get them off of things that they done. And so when he has that type of background, he does not focus on your bad characteristics as some agents may. They don't want to represent you because of who the rest of their clientele is. When you got a LeBron James who's had a clean professional, you think he gonna allow his brother to sign you and you doing something stupid? No, that ain't gonna happen because you messing up his reputation. So that matters to them. Versus a Drew Rosenhaus, it don't matter to him because he didn't deal with all the knuckleheads. He didn't deal with all the Miami players that got in trouble, that did stuff that they ain't supposed to be doing. And he's good at damage control. That's what he does.
Great.
It's some agents that they rather have their players as damage control because guess what? If I get a player that's damage control, I make more money in a situation because you got to pay me to fix what you done messed up. But also, I'm going to help you make more money because I'm going to clean up your image. So it's a win-win for him. And on top of that, Drew Rosenhaus was the one putting up his money before NIL. He was the one putting up his money to these players. That's why they signed with him. And then he got the money back. So when they got in trouble, he reached out to people. He just good at damage control. That's what he does.
Oh man, so I think Flage is signed with Rock Nation. I think Rakia is signed with Rock Nation. They got a few players signed.
Yeah, they coming up on Rock Nation on the female side for sure.
Yeah, and any publicity is good publicity. It's publicity for sure.
Not always the case, but yeah.
I mean, no, it's some people that actually think like any publicity is good publicity. Yeah. You talking about me? So I think that's what Robbie is saying. Not that.
I mean, for For Drew, yeah, because it always it's keeping the bills paid. So yeah.
And they probably pay a premium price to be represented by Drew as well.
I Drew retainer fee. Hey, that's something amazing, boy. He got an amazing retainer fee. Amazing one, boy.
Amazing. You got some of the
Amazing. I
you got
listen.
figures in it.
I listen. Some things I done seen Drew Rojas get some players off on that they dead right did. They should be in prison doing time for. Oh, he
So,
got an amazing retainer.
so you say
And damn,
he earning his money?
oh yeah, he earned his. Andrew
Yeah.
Rosenhausen got off on some players for real. Yeah, that mug is amazing.
That retainer fee is him up. Yeah, it probably is. Rob, do you feel that the mentality of these players coming into college now because of the year-round sports, where they care more about their brand than the love of the game?
Yeah, it's more about their branding and love of the game. Like you can tell about the level of play. Then why do you see a lot of professional players complaining? I should say ex former players complaining because they don't. These kids don't love the game. These people don't love the game.
Is that why you guys see more transfers now because of that? No, I think we were told. I think we hit on that, Anthony. A lot of these transfers is just about getting a new bag, securing a new bag. The money ran out. Coach, I need a couple extra bucks. They said no. Well, what else can I do? Because these bills still due. I got this financial these pressures on me now. What can I do? You ain't gonna give it to me. I got to get it from somewhere. So now I'm jumping back in the portal to see who got a new bag for me.
That's facts.
Is
That's
their
facts.
performance a part of their brand? Oh, great question. How much of their performance is a part of their brand?
Hey, it depends on how much you shook that hand. Hey, whatever that handshake means, hey, that's what it is. Because performance is part of is going to be the base of everything, right? And that's the thing that get people burnt. That's the thing that get people to lose their jobs is because you know a lot of think about it. Why I say this, the reason why a lot of these freshmen is transferring is because a lot of these freshmen then cost a lot of people some money because you betting on this freshman to come and develop and be something that they was too much for them, right? You know how hard it is to come into a college and play as a freshman? It's super hard. But people put so much money behind these freshmen coming into play, and then when these people losing their jobs, y'all wonder why. And why these freshmen keep hitting the portal. It's because of that. So it plays a huge part of your performance for sure. And that's the part that we got to clean up is if the kids don't have a love for the game and they just doing it for their brand and the money, you're never gonna get nowhere because that was the part of what you made it to the league for. So you taking the reason why your why to make the league, you taking it out now because they got it in college.
So let's talk about from a high school level. Do you feel that these charter schools now are affecting the ability for public schools to compete at a high level?
That's the purpose of why they built them. They built all these charter schools and prep schools for that reason, right? I'll say this: the real reason for all these prep schools, to be honest with you, I'm talking about the ones that got prep behind their name, is because these kids are not going to class. I'm being honest with you. These kids ain't going to class because everything that they're doing is online, and the stuff they're doing online is somebody else doing the work for them, so they can just hoop and be in the gym all day. That's really what's going on. Or play football. I'm just being honest. Like I'm not going. I was supposed to be dealing with a prep school, and I know what it is. Like, hey, they go find a prep school, go find a private school that's credited, where these kids do online classes, and somebody else doing the work for them, and they paying the school to make all this stuff happen from sponsors. So a lot of these schools are fake with the 3.5 GPAs and all this BS. Like all that stuff is a lot of fakeness to help kids get to college.
Rob, I got a kid. I'm single parent. I got a kid that's pretty good. From what I see, from what I know. I don't know,
Yeah.
but is it better to go public, private, or charter?
Go prep. If listen, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm
Oh,
not even gonna hold you.
prep,
If you,
public, private, charter. Like,
I'm not gonna hold you. If if I got a kid that I know can't focus in school, oh yeah, you going to a prep school all day. And you talented, you going to a prep school all day. Because guess what? I know you ain't got to go to class, and I know we can fake whatever your GPA is, and that school because we paying them sponsorships and helping they program out. Yeah, we gonna do that.
okay, now let's have a real conversation. Let's have a real conversation because now you just said something. So I'm gonna have somebody do your work. I'm gonna get your GPA. What is that teaching that kid as a person? That it's okay to fake that shit, or
It's
like
not, but you also got to realize if you can get away with the same shit in college, does it matter?
no? And this is what I'm asking. This is so, and this is what
Right,
I'm
yeah.
now
Right.
because now I'm talking about the actual character of people, right? Because you're supposed to be pouring back into
Mm-hmm.
people, right? And so if I'm teaching you that, hey, look here, um, you you don't have to go to class, you don't have to do your work. We're gonna get somebody to take care of all of that, and that's what I'm saying. To me, it catches
Hey,
up to
listen.
him eventually, right? Like you ain't learned shit. So how are you gonna manage your money now? Where does your financial literacy come from? Where does talk to me, Rob? Help me
Hey,
understand.
listen. Hey, listen. There's not. It is what it is. And that's why I said nothing changes because when you get to college, the same shit happening. So you just at a bigger school. It's just like says when you go to a fast food restaurant and you got to repeat your order 3 times because they can't get the simple order right. Same shit. Like we literally you know what I'm saying? Somebody else did your work, passed you to high school, got you GED. Now you at a fast food restaurant, and now I gotta repeat my order 7 times. What changes? What did you learn? You did. That's the
Nothing.
same.
And that's what I'm
It's the
saying.
same thing about helping these kids get out. Same thing.
But now I done helped you get out. I done helped you make a whole bunch of money that you're not gonna be able to manage anyway, and you're gonna be broke and sad and a statistic at the end of this anyway. But it don't matter because I
Well,
made my money. I got paid. I'm good.
right. So what you're hoping for is somebody along the way has some type of intelligence to put that kid in the right college program around the right coaches to understand what it is to be disciplined as a person, accountable as a person, and learn financial literacy as you grow through college. That's what you're hoping, but that's not always the case because a lot of these coaches they care about their paycheck more than they care about the kids. So therefore, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, guess what? You can just be gone. I can just replace you because the name of the game is how can I replace you? That's the name of the game. And so when you're coming from that standpoint, you can get away with it in high school all up until you get into college, you might be able to get away with your freshman year. But if your talent doesn't outweigh you getting away with it, then you back to square one. And now you just hoping that you can get picked up by another school.
Yeah, like you said, the kid is a commodity until they not.
Yeah, that's just the truth of the matter. That's the catch-22 behind all this stuff. It sucks because you like, man, what are we really doing to our society? But as you see us keep dumbing down our society, y'all taking this short-term success and it ain't leading to nothing long-term. So now you're starting. That's why you see violence picking up all across the world even more because that's all these kids know. Rob and kill people. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? That's all they know. They don't know nothing else. And they can rap your song, they can sing your song, they can do all this stuff. But it's like when it comes down to handling business, you don't understand it because you ain't never been in the realm and the pressure ain't never been on you. And when the pressure get on you, everybody got to suffer for pressure because it's what you created, but you've been allowed to get away with it for so long.
God forbid, one of these kids have a career ending injury after
Hopefully,
somebody
you took out some insurance.
somebody that went to class for them and we work the GPA. You don't know nothing, man. What are you gonna do now?
Hopefully,
Um,
you took out some insurance. That's all I can tell you.
Ballpark. How expensive is that insurance? If you know, just a ballpark. Do you pay by the year, by the month? What does that cost you?
Eh, like I said, it depends on the school. If the school paying for it, it's yearly. You know what I'm saying? They pay for it. You ain't got to worry about it. But if you paying for it, it depends on how you want to pay it, whether it's monthly or yearly.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Is
of the
it?
time, you're gonna pay it yearly because you like the money that you're gonna get up front. You want to go ahead and pay that and get that out the way, so you ain't gotta worry about it.
Is it 5 figures, 6 figures? Do you know?
It depends on the player. It depends on the player. For like, because if you're a top 10 player and you're top 10 like professionally, yours might be worth some millions. And then are you talking about men's sports versus women's sports? Because men's sports is going to be higher than women's sports is, because the value of a guy coming out is a lot higher because they can come out faster. And so it's kind of like the shoe deals, right? The longer you stay in school, the less money I'm gonna pay you, because I need you to get to the league as fast as you can, so I can sell this brand to globally and not just in college.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me ask this. So if the school pays for it, the school get the insurance money if I get
No,
hurt?
the player gets the money. The school just
Okay.
take care of the bill part. So that's something that you don't have to
That's
pay.
part of their revenue sharing deal or whatever, right? That's built into they. Okay.
Not every school has it. It's not every school is going to take care of their players like that. I'm telling you this because the University of Colorado, that's one of the things that Deion Sanders wanted.
But if I'm a player now, because I heard it on CessTalkSports and Rob said it, when I get ready to go sit down with the schools, I'm asking, where's that insurance? I need that.
You would hope so, but if your mind ain't there, then you don't realize that. Then I would say this: if you a top 100 player going to any school, I'll be like, hey, listen, I need my player insurance. I don't care what sport you play. If you're a top 100 player in this sport, I'm asking for it.
Huh? At high school? So when you say top 100, so that's at high school.
High school, yeah. If you top 100 in your class, are you the highest recruit that's coming to that? I'm asking for it. You just gonna have to tell me no. I'm asking for it. That's part of the deal. Okay. And that's why that's why a lot of these people don't have it. So that's why these coaches have that mentality like, shit, if you get hurt, it's okay. I'm just gonna get another one of you. That's why they have that mentality.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I guess if you treat them like they're a dime a dozen. Well, yeah, they are in there asking for cars instead. This is true.
Man, listen, they ask for cars and chains. Right? Cars and chains is what they asking for. Wow. I give me a big bag so I can flex that I got some money. So then everybody can call me like an idiot.
He said the school get the money and cut the player a check, not for the full amount. So what is the school?
It depends. It depends on the player, because some players, if say like I'm gonna use Cooper Flag in a situation. Say you Cooper Flag, do you allow the school to take out insurance for you, or you gonna get your own? Because if you gonna get your own, you gonna get back more millions than what you would get from the school. That's what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
So it depends on the player. If you talking about like number 1 top 3 job pick, you better go get your own insurance, because something happens to you. You're talking about getting 10 to 20 mil versus school might only give you 3 to 5. So
yeah.
And you're gonna pay this, and it's gonna be the same amount of pay whether the school pay or you pay it. You just gonna get a dollar amount versus the school going, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna get their little share up off something, but the player get majority of the money for sure.
Okay, so I got a question. We talking. I'm a parent. I got a 5-star player, top 100. Let's say top 5 in the top 100. Wouldn't I be better off going and getting a loan from a bank and taking care of what I need to take care of while my kid finish off what they doing and pay for their insurance and all of that, than hiring an agent and trying to have them get it for me?
Why would you take out a loan when you could just ask the school directly?
No, I'm talking about in high school. No, in high school, right? So we in high school. I can't ask the high school for no money. Wow. We don't necessarily know where we going in college. But before I get an agent and start paying them, like I thought they said like LeBron mom took out she took out a loan and bought the Hummer, right?
Goddamn go. She didn't take out a damn loan.
We gotta stick with the story. That's her story. She's sticking to it. I did the air quotes. I did the air quotes, Rob. You gotta go with it when I do the air quotes. But as a parent, wouldn't I be better off just getting the money and controlling it myself than hiring all these people trying to figure it out?
Well, I mean, there's always going to be somebody around. Like if you talking about a top 5 kid, there's somebody around. Mm-hmm. you ain't gotta listen. There's gonna be somebody around. So in that situation, what you taking a loan out for? That's what I would tell you one.
So
Because there's always gonna be somebody around.
I'm thinking about like a kid like Lamar. And I don't know if anybody was around with Lamar. Like his mom ended up being his agent, all of that. So
no.
in that case, I'm thinking.
Well, what I'm saying to you in a situation is, if you're a top 5 kid in your state and y'all have NIL, there's always gonna be somebody that's ready to offer you an NIL deal locally.
Got you.
So part of you as a parent and your kid, before you sign or shake somebody's hand, that's already there. So you shouldn't have to take out a loan if you that type of kid.
Got you.
That's what I'm saying from. That makes no sense. So by the time you get to college, you really don't need to hire an agent. You know.
So when are you getting an agent?
You don't really need to hire an agent. People hire agents because they just don't want to deal with the phone calls all day. Because now you're talking about work.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about emails all day, people calling you all day, trying to get your son to do this, trying to get your daughter to do that, and it gets too much overwhelming. So I'd rather let somebody do this, and I don't have to pay them, and I can just get on a percentage based upon whatever my kid does the deal, right? So I don't have to pay them. That percentage is already taken out, and my kid makes this. So that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I heard, and that's why I was asking, because I heard that there were banks that would give a loan based on who LeBron was gonna be, like who he was gonna be. They was willing to give some money up for that.
Now, so take a person like Drew Rosenhaus. If he could have got his hands on LeBron, he's gonna upfront that money. So you ain't got to take out a loan, right? And some of the banks knew, like the trajectory he on. All we need to do is Cleveland get the first pick. As long as Cleveland got that first pick, guess what? I'm gonna loan LeBron this money because guess what? I'm gonna get that money and get the interest off that money. And in a year, I'm finna double up this money. They flipping money just like, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Flipper. So
right, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, no, I don't think I don't think it's any law against the bank giving money to people with bad credit. No. They give money who they want to.
Oh no, listen, it ain't no law. They just know if they see that you got a potential that you finna have X amount of dollars. Oh yeah, what you want? You say you want that? Oh, hey, listen, we'll give a little 20% on top of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just listen.
Especially you gonna deposit that signing bonus right here.
Oh yeah.
You gonna come down, take some pictures, shake some hands, get in the commercial. Where all that.
Listen. You can advertise our bank and do all that. Yeah, what we doing? Listen. What you need? Oh, we got that. When you need it. Matter of fact, I can get it to you in the next 5 minutes. You need me wire transfer to you? Bro,
right.
Listen, it's all about because the thing about it is like this. Nowadays it's much easier because if your kid got any star power in the city, any top brand that's in the city, they own that. Like I'll tell you like this: when Jason Tatum, because I'm from St. Louis, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Jason Tatum, he took over the entire city. He really had NIL deals for the whole city. They just didn't publicly put it out there, but his face was on all the local brands. Like it's a win-win. Like, man, crazy free money.
Listen, I remember when CC Sabathia came back to Vallejo and did the Toyota Vallejo commercial, and he was in there shaking hands and the balloons was
kissing
up.
Babies, man. Listen, we all that.
Yeah. All right.
You gonna give me some free? Listen, what's up? He endorsing it while you not. All right, y'all. We got a couple more minutes, y'all. Y'all got any last questions? Let me know, cause I gotta get on the road, get some things going for the day. Says you coming back on tonight?
Yeah, I'm coming back on today.
All right.
For sure.
I just
sure. At least at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, just hit me if you need
got
me to
before we get out of here.
I got a Colorado show this week. I just don't know what day I'm gonna do everything. We got Hot Take Wednesday for sure. But man, it's gonna be a good week, man. Y'all gonna see me. Y'all gonna see my face. So y'all got any questions? You know what I'm saying? Y'all can pull up in the mention if y'all in the mention. But if y'all not in the mention, y'all got a question, man. Just make sure y'all leave a comment after when these videos end, man. Make sure y'all leave comments. Push us up in the algorithm. Leave some comments. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to both channels as always.
Share the
Make sure
video
y'all
out
buy,
for us.
share it. All we need, hey, we just need 5 people. Just 5 people to share the video. That helps tremendously with the platform. Y'all just get 5 people to share the platform. If y'all got any topics y'all want us to talk about, man, always, man, leave it in the comments. Let us know what y'all want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We try to do our best to make sure we get that happen. And then last but not least, man, hey, if y'all can bless Cess with a Coke today, man, I appreciate y'all as
Man, I appreciate
always.
y'all. Oh, yeah, nah. Rob, I appreciate it. We'll see you in a minute. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Stay tuned. Talk soon. Me and Rob the Man Media.